I think we're good. Hi, hello, everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hopefully everybody's doing well, feeling well. Sagman, Kate Sorcerer, yeah, hello, Ryan, Sky Pirate, Aqua, Ronin, Solar, CT Executor, Atomic, Unqualified Gamer, what's going on? Ronin again. Hi, I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you're ready to relax. Sorry about the delay here. I was a little kind of a little worn out. I there was a part of me that was gonna what was this? Okay. Sorry, got a message. I was sitting down and nothing was wrong. I was kind of tired and I wanted to just sit and relax a little bit. I did a lot of I did like physical stuff yesterday, so I was like, yeah, I'm kind of tired, and I sat down and I almost dozed off, and I wanted to finish this show that I was watching. Back in the U.S. Oh wait, were you in Japan? Was this the Japan trip? I wish you would have told me. I would have asked you to pick me up something. But yeah, I wanted to finish the show that I was watching, and then I started dozing off, and I was like, all right, I probably just need to relax a little bit. So, Trios, what's going on? Oh, it was a Japan trip. Oh, I would have asked you to bring me back something, some Kit Kats or something. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope you got to play some fun games and relax a little bit. Let me see. I'm beginning to associate this. Wait, associate. What? What's that? Aqua? I'm beginning to associate this music as Greg's theme music. Aqua, that's the plan. The plan is to take a familiar song and make it so that whenever you hear that song, you think, oh yeah, Greg, right? I want everybody to associate that. They shot me down for using the national anthem. I wanted to use the national anthem, so every time you hear it, you think, oh man, Greg, but I was shot down for that idea, so I went with that. I've considered like a music app and trying to make a song or something. It's cheaper than commissioning a song. I don't know. I've at this point, Aqua, it's kind of like I get so entrenched in using certain things that I don't want to change them into other things, like the Be Right Back music. Yeah, I have other ideas for what I want to put there, but I don't know. At this point, it's kind of spinach rag. That's just kind of the thing. I won't say too much, but I learned about a grind spot for AP in 16 and have now mastered every ability in the base game. Uh-oh. Is this something that you can do without the DLC? Hello from Honda Repair Center. Uh-oh, that doesn't... No, Marcos, knowing that you don't work at a Honda Repair Center, that sends me... That's concerning. I love when it starts because it means the workday is nearing its end. You got me something. Okay, yay, all right. Kit Kats are on the way. I don't know what it is, but thank you. I appreciate that. We'll have to get together so I can grab that from you, and we can just hang out. So we can hang out, and then I can also grab that from you. Oh, damn. The problem now is if we get together and go get ramen, you're going to have crappy American ramen. Ew. I like Kirby Superstar, but it feels stiff compared to Return to Dreamland. Wait, what's that? I'm played through Kirby Superstar. I'm planning a trip to Japan next year. Send me a list and I'll try to get you as much as I can from it. I mean, realistically, like that's mostly a joke. Like obviously, I just like snacks and stuff, but your green tea Kit Kats there. But I think I can order green tea Kit Kats on Amazon now, so it's kind of not really special anymore. I feel like there's like a game or something that I would want from Japan that I can't, right? There would be too much money to get here or something. Like, I don't know. If you ask me what is the one thing that I would want someone to pick me up from Japan, I honestly don't know that I can say what it would be. Like, I don't know what I would want that I would want somebody to get, right? Like, there's things that if I was in Japan, I would say, oh yeah, I kind of want these. Like, I would want to get something just because it's authentically from there. But I don't know what I would want. Like, what would you guys want? If somebody said, hey, I'm going to Japan, I can grab you something, what would you like me to get you? Like, what's the thing that you either can't get here or could get here, but you'd kind of want one that's actually from Japan? What's something that you would want like that? Then you had the Soviet anthem. Yeah, that kind of went away really fast. That was a shame. That's a shame too, because that was one of my favorite jokes that we did, because it was so. That's probably Marcos. That was probably one of the most elaborate gags I had set up on the channel, where it played the music, it had the overlay GIF, like that was probably one of the most, and it was all for one very, very specific thing, and I had to get rid of it. I'm surprised autocorrect spelled that word. As well as the Twitch app. Yeah, you're right. Twitch didn't block that. Otherwise, as you can see, it was meant to be the word as a CLC. Yeah, here we go. You can do that without the DLC. Okay, I'm down 446 in car repairs. Thank goodness per payday was last week. I mean, that's good at least, but it sucks that you had to spend payday on that. Big Kingdom Hearts 3 probably shouldn't have played that after Rebirth, because the ending is literally... Oh, interesting. I got sake flavored Kit Kats. Ooh, that sounds good. I didn't know that was a thing. I think it's what I like about Kit Kats from Japan. There's a million flavors. Japanese sweets, wagashi are a solid bet. Wagashi, mochi. Oh, mochi. I don't know if mochi would keep. Like I know sweets mochi would keep. So like I don't know if actual Japanese mochi would keep. I mean, like ramen noodles, right? Like ramen noodles or udon or something, like that's great. But I don't know. I get it. I can get that here, and I feel like you can actually get authentic Japanese noodles. It's so much more expensive than Nissan. It's just not worth getting. Yeah, I don't know what would I want that feels authentically Japanese. Clothes. Oh, I picked up a Famicom Twin. All right, kid, that's authentically. Wait, is that my gift? Wait a minute. I kind of like that idea. The clothes. Ooh. Okay, let me ask you something. See, no, an authentic katana or something like that, I feel like would be a bit much. I mean, Japanese candy, obviously. Some authentic ramen from there. Yeah, see that it's like that could be it. Fugu pufferfish, I don't think so. If we were to say clothes, see that's tricky, because clothes is always very tricky. Because sizes and stuff, like you have to worry about something that's going to fit you as far as size goes. What would I want from Japan that I feel is authentic clothes? Is it too weeby to ask someone, if you gave somebody, let's say you either asked someone or you gave them money, like let's say Trios, let's say I Venmo'd you money, right, to pick me up something. Is it too weeby if I said, could you pick me up a yukata? Would that be too much? Is that like I'm gonna wear it around the house, right? But like, is that too much? Like, that's a bit, if I right? Is that too weeby to be like, could you pick me up a yukata? Like right? Like hentai is always the correct answer. A buddy of mine came back from Japan with some short swords. So I know it's definitely possible. Imagine trying to get a katana through customs. See, yeah, I feel like you'd be better off buying one down there and then shipping it from there, right? A silk robe. See, yeah, like that. I would want yukata. I would want something more everyday. I wouldn't want like a fancy kimono. Protective charms. Oh, protective charms. Omamori. That's not bad. That's not bad. It can't be sharpened, as it has to be, and it has to be declared as an art piece, which is what it would be, right? I'm not going out there fighting demons. Bring me sandals. Security seemed pretty lax. Letting Cloud carry that sword around everywhere. Yaoi is always the correct answer. How about a bottle of sake? That's not bad. That's not actual Japanese, like a bottle of sake to say that it is from Japan. That's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about, like, I don't know what else. I don't know what else I would want from there, I can't even bring art pieces into my country. I'd have to. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Trios. It's like strict getting into Iceland with that kind of stuff, right? What do you get? Let me ask you this, Trios, because I know you've been a couple of times. What do you get to bring home? Like, do you even get anything to bring home from Japan? I don't know how many times you've been there, but do you even get anything that you say, like, I'm going to Japan, I have to get, right? How about ramen bowls? Like ramen, like a ramen set, like the bowl with the spoon and the chopsticks, like just to say that you got it from Japan. Like that would be kind of like a nice ramen bowl set. That'd be kind of cool. It's Monday again, but I might be able to get it if I use my black belt status. Oh, because then could you actually do that? Could you bring it in as like something that's related to your practice or something? I barely know what I want here in America, so this is impossible for me. Oh, also when it happens, I want to get a physical copy of Shonen Jump with the last chapter of One Piece. I'm not thinking outside the box. Would a samurai sword get through custom? Yeah, probably same thing, Shadow. It would probably be unsharpened, and it would have to be labeled as an art piece. I would buy and bring back a buttload of hentai. See, well, wait, Latimer, I'm sure there's a lot of hentai with buttload in the title. So I wagashi poetry, some traditional clothes like yukata and a bunch of manga. Yes, I'm when you only have brown belt status. Yeah, I don't know. I now that to be put on the spot and say what would I want, I don't know. I think a ramen bowl set. I think a ramen bowl set would probably be the thing that I say, yeah, give me one of those. Probably for me to bring back myself. I think I would feel bad asking somebody else to bring that because I would worry that it's going to break or something and they're going to feel bad. Like, I wouldn't want to put them into a situation where they might feel bad. So if I were there myself, I would say, yeah, I'm going to buy this ramen bowl set. But to ask somebody else, I'd be like, nah, don't worry about it. Chopsticks. There you go. A nice decorative chopstick set. Something that's functional, though, because I want to use them. Yeah, you have to think of something that you can only get. See, and Ronan, the problem is that's much more difficult now because I can order things from Amazon. Like, and I'm not even joking. Like, there's things that I would want from, there's things that I would want that are Japanese that I don't have to get in Japan. So, I mean, one of the things that every single winter, I think about getting one of these. The kotatsu, the low table with the heater under it and the big blanket. Every winter, I think about getting one of those, and I can order them from Amazon. Like, not even Amazon Japan, Amazon US has them, and I can order them. So I don't know what I would want from Japan that I can't just order from here on Amazon. That's why when I was thinking about it earlier, it was like, it kind of defeats the purpose, because if I were to say something like a ramen bowl set, I just haven't bought one, but I could go to Amazon. Here, let's go to Amazon right now. I go to Amazon right now and probably buy one. Amazon. Get some chopsticks that has your name engraved on them. Oh, it was one of the things I got that I love, but I've never used, and I never used since I want them to see. Yeah, that's I'd want to use them though. That's my big thing with stuff like that, with cutlery and whatnot, is I want to use it. So I would want something that's going to last. Ramen bowl set of 4. Yeah, there's a million of them. They popped up. Four ceramic, two sets of 34-ounce bowls, $18. Right? So it doesn't feel like this rare thing that I have to get from Japan. I can literally go to Amazon. So I don't know what I could get from Japan that I can't order from Amazon. I order Live Alive today on Amazon. It has a limited deal. Ooh, today for only 20. But dude, I don't know. Video games from Amazon scare me now. Switch games. Alive, switch. Let's see. Is that here too? It ain't here. No. 3777 here. It ain't happening here. Every winter I think about getting a Tifa body pillow. Every winter I think, fuck. Those are always sold out. I gotta settle for a Kate's. Today's promotion, ExpressVPN, Nike. Okay. Question: would you also have a hard time getting a bottle of sake through customs like a store? I don't. Sims. I don't know. I because it's sealed. That probably changed the thing. I think the problem with food and drink and stuff in when you're going through customs and all is if it's opened. If you're bringing like fresh fruit, something like that, I think that's the problem. But if you're bringing a closed bottle of sake, I think you're fine. I think you're okay to do, especially if it's like decorative and it's in a box and stuff. I think you'd be okay with that. Maybe get some tokuru, the traditional sake set. Instead of sake, use it for water. I had trios. I had a sake set, and I probably still do. I didn't really use it. I thought it was great. It was a very cute decorative piece, and I used it once, but it was really small. It didn't really hold a lot. So I used I had the bottle, because the bottle was only like this big. I used the bottle just as decoration, and then the cups, I call them cups, or I use them as shot glasses. So like that was why I used them, but I didn't really use it as a traditional sake set. I've had sake. Sake's good. I like sake. It's kind of a light flavor. You don't really get drunk off of it. I mean, you can, but would I have trouble getting the hentai through customs? Depend. Is it a buttload of hentai? Or yeah, unless they think you're trying to drink it and breathe fire. As long as it's in your check bag. Yeah, if it's in your check bag, I think you're fine. I don't think they worry about it. I mean, like I said, people have brought me Kit Kats from Japan, and that's a food item, but they get it right through. Yeah, sake is good. Just depends on what kind you get. And I had the stuff that was like, it was I let me see if I can find the actual bottle. I mean, this was years and years ago. I haven't had sake in forever. Let's see if I can find. Oh, is that it right there? Hold on. Oh, it's this. This is literally the stuff I had, which is probably the cheapest. This is probably the cheapest stuff you can get. Here. Yeah, yes, I'm fine. Did it literally? It's a wine and spirits website. Did it literally just age? Like it just asked me. It's that stuff right there. Yeah, that's literally the kind that I had before. It was good. It was good. Somber, thank you so much. Hey, in the hunt with a tier 1 subscribe for 48 months. That's a 4-year anniversary. Thank you so much, Somber. Very, very much appreciate that. Have you've doubled your luggage weight, Ed? You know what? That's Latimer. That's always a good thing that I started doing for Too Many Games back when I was actually shopping there. I started bringing my suitcase, because we would stay at the hotel and stuff. I started bringing my suitcase like half empty, like with a ton of room in it. You pack all of your stuff into your suitcase, knowing that you're going to go somewhere where you're going to get souvenirs. Why not just pack a larger suitcase and just not as much stuff, and then leave yourself empty space for when you travel? So I started doing that. So I feel like Japan I would have to go with a big bag, either a big bag and then half of it is empty, or 2 moderate size bags, and in each of those like halfway, so that I would have room to bring souvenirs and stuff. Sake for drunk Mario Party. Interesting. If you're interested, check out Discord for this cool skull that I bought back from Mexico. I like bringing art pieces home from my travels. You posted in Discord? Okay. I'd advise if you're from the U.S. to sign up for global entry, you'll breeze through customs. What's this lilac that you posted from Wario? Oh, hey, Zenless Zone Zero is release dated for July 3rd. Oh, fantastic. I know what I'm doing that week. That's a good week for me, too. When the customs officer opens your bag and sees the hentai, they just wiggle their eyebrows in improvement. You gotta trios. That's why you gotta buy an extra copy of one of them just for them, and you just tell them, there's 2 in there if you need one. Yeah, the hentai should be fine as long as it's not. Well, I mean, is there illegal? I mean, I probably don't even want to know the answer to that. Yeah, I bring 2 suitcases to Japan since I will be getting a lot of stuff. Yeah, or you bring 1 mega bag. And the gold, yeah, like you can bring the 1 mega. I have one of those. I have one of those like way oversized suitcases. The problem is it's very cumbersome. So depending on how you're traveling, you are probably better off with 2 large bags instead of 1 extra large bag. Because I have taken that bag to like too many games and all, and for trips. And yeah, it's just very cumbersome. You're like trying to get up the stairs with it. It's very annoying. That's the day after Dawn Trail. Wait, Dawn Trail is July 2nd? I thought Dawn Trail was the weekend before that. Sakai for Mario Party wouldn't be too bad because it takes a good amount to start hitting people usually, or it's a good thing depending on how you look, or it's not a good thing depending on how you look at it. Sadly, when I go to Japan, I won't be able to come to TMG next year since the trip will cost me a pretty penny. I mean, Trios, we were talking about TMG and the state of TMG this year. Next year might not even be worth going, so don't worry about it. We need to see what happens. I'm a Wario fan, but I barely see anything Wario64 on Twitter. I've successfully sabotaged the chat with hentai. Yes. Yeah, bring a suitcase. Yeah, bring a suitcase just for Gunpla. Yeah, why not? Yeah, is there a leak? It's okay. It's all of a sudden I'm getting like a vocal feedback in my microphone, so you can't hear me. They charge you extra for oversized baggage. Better to just bring 2 bags. Yeah. Getting night shift nurses from Japan. No. The weekend before is early access. Oh no. Then that's wild because that means, oh brother, Dawn Trail is on my birthday. If you're saying July 3rd is the day after, then that means Dawn Trail is July 2nd. That's my birthday. April 26th is celebrate. Yeah, it's celebrated next week. That's kind of wild. What's up with TMG? TMG is unfortunately like there's obviously it's too early to tell, but the problem is TMG, like their guest list, for instance. We were talking about this again yesterday. It keeps coming up. They kind of changed the whole dynamic, right? TMG was always it was almost like a content creators convention. All of the big names were YouTubers or streamers and content creators. And this year, out of the, I think it's like 14 or 16 announced guests, 10 of them are voice actors. And 1 or 2 of them are listed as YouTubers and the other 2 are listed as influencers. I didn't even think about this. Like, John hasn't been approached as a guest, which is kind of wild on its own considering it's been years. Here's the thing, though. James Rolfe is not on the guest list as a guest attending. Scott the Woz is not on the guest list as a guest attending. Like, none of these people that are always listed as guests are even listed. They haven't been, as far as we know, they haven't been approached. I'm just basing that off of John, but like nobody's really, nothing, no one other than Cat Icarus is not listed. Pat and Ian, I think, were there the last few times. Like, none of these people are listed at, like, it's not even like they're not the headliners. They're not listed as guests at all. Oh my God. Real FTA hasn't been listed as a guest. I mean, what is the point even of a convention when Real FTA doesn't show up? You know what I mean? But Real FTA, thank you so much. Rating with a party of 14. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. Did you get your last 3 gold emblems or whatever the heck it was you were trying to get? S ranks? I think you were trying for S ranks. Did you get all 3 of them? I know you were missing them. Yeah, we were just talking about TMG, just how the vibe is kind of different this year. So we'll see what happens with I'm most likely, I'm still trying to figure out if there's a way to get like a room that I can stay at for a day or two up there. But really, there's no urgency. Like I haven't been on the hotel website like checking every day and making sure, like, it's just like, if I go, I'm gonna go Saturday, but I'll go and I'll be there for the day and it's gonna suck. That's the only thing, is that the thing that I really miss is that I'm not going to be able to see everybody for the amount of time that I like to see them. I like being there Friday, seeing everybody in there. Like, I loved the night, Friday night and Saturday night, when, you know, it'd be like 11 o'clock. It'd be 11 p.m. And you just go down to the waiting room of the hotel, to the lobby of the hotel, and we were there playing Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, we had pizzas. There was one time we got there and people had ordered pizzas. So we were there, and this is the lobby of the hotel. We had already done the convention. We had already gone and seen the people we were going to see. And then we came back, and it was almost like another party that was there. Last year was literally a party, because we went to one of the rooms, and we were hanging out with a bunch of people there. It was great. And now, you know, that's the thing that I miss. As far as the convention, you know, if I see some of the YouTubers and stuff, that's fine. If I see some of the celebrities, that's fine. But, you know, I don't really shop for the retro stuff as much anymore. The arcade games, I go in and I play them, and then, you know, I'm not going to sit there and hoard them. So I play it for a little bit and then I go, and I don't really, as much as I love the convention, I spend most of my time at the convention, but it's mostly just sort of hanging out, looking around, seeing the sights, socializing, talking to people. Like, that's what I'm going to miss. I just finished S ranking all the levels, and okay, yeah, here we go. I knew you were S ranking them. I wasn't sure if you were S ranking them or gold. John is always the one doing emblems and stuff. He's completed Project 06 in its current state. TMG is over. Come to Long Island Retro Gaming Expo with me instead. Hero, to be completely honest, I have kind of considered that. I've considered Long Island Retro. I've considered MomoCon. I've considered, like, maybe, you know, finally taking the leap and going down to MomoCon at some point. Portland's probably too far away. That's a lot, you know, that for somebody who's kind of nervous about flying and isn't sure that I can do it. Not to mention that's just a lot of money. Portland's the other one that I would really like to do. But yeah, there are some that are moderately closer, and they might be worth heading down to. MagFest is the one that I really want to go back to. I'm really trying to figure out if I can do MagFest next January. That's the one that I would really like to go back to, because that's the one that is exactly what I want, which is, it's open all the time. It's tons of fun. It's a lot of socializing and hanging out with everybody, and it's basically just a 3-day party. You know, MagFest is just great. Isn't getting a hotel MomoCon really expensive now? I don't know if it's expensive. I mean, getting a hotel anywhere is expensive. A lot of the time what happens is just getting the hotel. That tends to be the problem when it comes to these conventions. MagFest, for instance, you can buy a MagFest ticket the day of. The problem is getting a hotel there it's like a battle royale, right? You have to win around a fortnight in order to get a hotel at MagFest. It's insane how fast everything goes. Come to MomoCon. I'm intending to go to Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. Not sure what day or days yet. I mean, we did one, I think it was like the second year that it was around, AVGC. I think it's AVGC. It was in Parsippany, and that was great. That was a nice little event. It was right at the hotel was pretty much right there, and that was a nice little event. That might be something to expand to at some point. For MagFest, I live basically an hour away, so I can commute if I want. And the beauty part is, Gold, if you know somebody that's staying there in a room and maybe you can crash for a few hours, you might actually just be able to commute back and forth sometimes. I was talking about Sonic. Come to my home, the best con around. Wait, what do you mean con? Are you ripping me off? I always did want to go now that I have disposable income, but I've never been keen on on even an hour drive. I mean, an hour drive in that environment. The good thing, Gold, is that MagFest doesn't close. So if you leave the house at 6 a.m, 5 a.m, depending on what day it is, you'll beat all the rush hour traffic, and then you can get to the convention and just stay there all day. Like when you get there at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m, it's gonna be open. That's the beauty part. I always feel like I'm gonna do something wrong while see. I'm like that. You're a nervous driver. I'm kind of that way too. I'm not driving like, but I am kind of like, I don't know if I want to drive far. Something might happen. Not that con, but maybe. Oh, like park somewhere wrong or worse, dent the car we have. Yeah, I mean that's always a concern, you know. That's you just got to kind of overcome that if you want to be able to do stuff. Because the reality is, Gold. Because I used to be that way a lot, and then the reality is that all could happen when you drive to the supermarket, you know. And I don't mean to scare you, but the idea of obviously the more you drive, the more you're worried. But the idea that I don't want to drive because something bad could happen, that could happen when you go to the supermarket, you know. A&N Chronicles our reviews are in. It's averaging as an 8. I heard about that. It's averaging as an 8, but apparently the reason it's averaging as at an 8 is because, or actually I heard it was about somewhere in the 7 range. The reason is some people are giving it really decent scores, and apparently some people are giving it 50s. So I don't know what's going on with that game. I didn't look too much into it, but it seems like some of it is related to whether or not you like the Suikoden games. But apparently that's what's happening, is that it's averaging somewhere around there because there are some people that are giving it a lot and some people that are getting very, very low. It's not like everybody's giving it right around the 7 or an 8. I find myself thinking about parking before I even get, I mean, there's places that I won't go. There's places that I won't go if I know that there's not parking there. I just won't bother. How about we start our own convention with blackjack and hookers? In fact, forget the convention. The Android app isn't letting me send chats on your channel. I mean, I just got that one. I got that message. So the only other thing that I wanted to talk about, I think I had like one or two things, was the Con. Yeah. I watched that Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. I did watch that. That's an interesting trailer. You know what sucks about that? It's like this is how I know. I think I'm not. I don't think that I know that. I definitely know I'm not as big a Deadpool fan as everybody else is, because I watched that trailer and I thought this looks kind of cool, and my only thought was, I wonder what's going on with this story. This is very interesting. Too bad I have to suffer through Deadpool constantly making jokes and then I can't hear the story. And it's just like, I feel like I'm not supposed to think of that with a Deadpool movie, but I did kind of like the premise. I liked what was happening. The trailer itself was great. I thought it was very actiony and it was a lot of fun, and it definitely comes across as a buddy picture. You know what I mean? Yeah, Uncle Hate's fun. Yeah, I'm not a biggest fan. I think Deadpool's funny, but there's a limit, and it just like it never stops. Like when the characters get mad at him because he won't shut up, I'm like, yeah, I kind of get it, you know. And that's and I'm being a hypocrite because me too, right? Yeah, it's just not for everyone. I still like Deadpool 2 more just because it focused more on his depressive side. Is Deadpool part of the MCU? That's Gold. I can't even tell you if I can answer that, because now you have the multiverse thing going on with the TVA and which seems to be a part of it. So, like part of the Deadpool movie. So, like, yes, right? But that's like saying, are the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies part of the MCU? Well, they kind of are, because now, you know, he merged in with No Way Home. So, you see what I mean? Like, it's kind of a stretch. It's a stretch. Here's what I'll say. In the trailer, obviously Deadpool is Deadpool. The Wolverine in the trailer, I don't think is the Wolverine that we've all been seeing. I don't think that that's the same one. I think that he's from a different X-Men universe. Like, not even he's not the one from the Fox movies. So it's not even the same thing. So like, no, I'm going to say. He and everyone else can't stand him in the comics. Deadpool 3 was confirmed to be in the MCU now. So yeah, so like, but it's in and it's in like, is it in the MCU? It's in the MCU, not in the same universe as the Avengers took place in, but it interacts with the TVA, and the TVA kind of touches everything. So now everything that touches the TVA is MCU. And see what I mean? Like, you start to stretch out the definition of what that even means. It's funny, Kevin Feige reference. There was a good reference to that in there. What Wanda did to Mr. Fantastic. Now that's a stretch. Yeah, the volume's a little better. Deadpool is the equivalent of a hyper nephew. They're good to hang around in short bursts, but they can get on your nerves. I say this as a huge Deadpool fan. There we go. That's still loud. I still have to fix that. From what they're saying, it will be in the main universe. Interesting. Oh, so maybe that's why he's okay. So, all right. So I damn, I kind of wish I wasn't sure. Did anybody not see the trailer? Like, I kind of want to talk about what, if that's the case, if they're saying that it's in the MCU, then we can probably, I can probably speculate something really quick. Just like the Fantastic Four will be in its own universe and not be pulled into the main universe. Not seen it yet. I saw it immediately. I would say you watch it. I think that there's an interesting concept of what. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Executor, because you see that Ant-Man thing. Oh man, I can't really. I don't really want to spoil it. I know it's just a trailer, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it yet. Just putting it from the trailer, there's evidence that it's not the same universe. There's evidence that it's not our Marvel universe. It's not the MCU. It's not the Avengers MCU. There's evidence of that in the trailer. So I'm kind of curious to see if that's kind of what they're going to do, and they're going to use that in some way. Do you want to build a snowman? Yes, but I can't. What does it say? I forget what his answer is for that. Yeah, the trailer shows a lot, but doesn't explain any of it, so you can really speculate on it a million different ways. I haven't watched it. You can talk about it. Wolverine's my favorite superhero of all time, and seeing him in the yellow. I did like the yellow. He is in the yellow outfit. I did really enjoy that, which is great. I loved Wolverine in that outfit because it's a throwback to the first X-Men movie. To the very first X-Men movie, when they put on the suits and it's all the black leather, and he says something like it's kind of tight, and someone says, "Well, what were you expecting? Yellow spandex?" And it's like, that's great. I remember like the super nerds going, "Yes, that's what I wanted, yellow spandex." From interviews, it seems like they'll be doing the Fantastic Four in its universe to be able to have the 1960s origin, which they should do. Characters seem to be close to the comic starts. And likely they'll have Galactus destroy the universe. F4 will be in the main, and that will kick off Secret Wars and Galactus as the big bad. Yeah, I guess that works. I don't know if I like the idea of Galactus as the big bad in Secret Wars. I've definitely felt like Secret Wars was treated as something bigger in the comic. Like Galactus was nothing in the Secret Wars. He served his purpose without being there the entire time. He's one of those actors that was made for a role. Now, probably the opposite here. Wolverine, I'm more mixed on because I've read both bad and good stories with him. Wolverine, I like. I like Wolverine. I've always kind of dug Wolverine as a character itself, but especially Hugh Jackman's version. I think that Hugh Jackman always did a really good job with that Wolverine. And I like the comic one, the cartoon one. I haven't watched X-Men 97 yet, so. But yeah, I like Wolverine as a character, as a superhero. I think is always very interesting. The multiverse in the MCU just feels like they had no idea what. Yeah, Gold. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't want to spin off into an MCU discussion here, but that's been kind of the issue with the MCU is that with the multi. That's why I'm not really a big fan of multiverse stories. I think because a lot of people just don't know really how to use them. It's difficult. It's difficult to use. It's difficult to use a multiverse story the right way and then shut it down properly without damaging everything. Without creating a, because right now you have in the MCU you have an open multiverse. Like, you haven't done anything. If you were to shut down, let's say you had a big event and let's say they were moving towards the multiverse like they were trying to do, right, with Kang and like they actually wanted to do. You could have had a big event where you sort of disconnect the TVA from everybody, or you disconnect the TVA from our universe, and then that effectively shuts down the multiverse from our end. And, you know, it's always there, right? The multiverse still exists. You can have it at some point, but for the most part, it does help with the continuity. It does help to drive the story in a particular direction, because now it does kind of feel that way. Now it feels like we can do whatever we want. We just have to say, well, it's from another universe, right? How are we going to put Deadpool in with Wolverine? It's from another universe. How are we going to bring I would like to see the X-Men originate in some way in universe. But they're not going to do that. They're going to use something that came from another universe, and then that's going to kick it off here. The Fantastic Four. You can easily do the Fantastic Four right now where we are in the Marvel Universe, in the MCU. But they're not going to. They're going to say that it's a multiverse problem or something. And it's just like, and Fantastic Four actually makes sense with that. You had stuff like the Council of Reeds. You had things that were multiversal in the Fantastic Four timeline. So it makes perfect sense, but at this point, it's just gonna feel like a cop out. It's just gonna feel like, they didn't want to do it that way. Like, come on, man, you gotta. It's not the simple thing. It's not the thing that you can just slap a multiversal coat of paint on it and then say that, well, that's why it happened. Like, come on, it's starting to feel lazy. It starts to feel a little lazy when they do that. Someone pointed out the real thing in the MCU. It's not so much just burnout or ideas. It truly went to the comic issue of trying multiple storylines and making it hard to work out where to start, as well as potential reboots. And now you've got the multiverse. That's a whole different set of reboots. You know, we're sitting here talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and we can't even figure out which Wolverine it is. Right? Is it Wolverine? Is it Logan? Is it a different Wolverine from a different universe? Where are the other X-Men? It's all over the place, and I really wished. I think that was what worked with the original MCU, with the Infinity Saga, is that it wasn't all. There were a lot of aspects to it, but they were all pretty linear in one direction. And now it's a million different starting points in a million different directions. And we have no idea if it's even going to matter, right? Because that's always the big thing. Is like, how does, because during the Infinity Saga, that's what we did. We watched the movie, and then we wondered what its place was in the story. Oh, is that must be the Infinity Stone, right? The Aether is the Infinity Stone. And, oh my God, they showed these characters. They're going to show up, and they're going to work for Thanos. And, it was kind of interesting. It was fun to sort of watch it in theory craft on the way to what you knew was going to be the end. Now you have no idea. Now, the multiverse, that's the big thing they're going to do. No, wait, never mind. Hang on, we're not doing that. We're going to go out into space. Hold on. No, we got the TVA. No. Like, come on, man. I don't know what is. It doesn't feel like anything is relevant. So it's the problem of everything kind of feels disconnected. And it's all over the place, and it's just exhausting. It's exhausting to want to watch it because I don't know what I'm supposed to pay attention to. I don't know what I'm not supposed to pay attention to. It's definitely X-Men Origins Wolverine. They're all the same Wolverine, and this one seems to be pulled from just after the movie Wolverine. I can't. You didn't see the trailer, so I feel like I want to say it, and there's stuff in the trailer that doesn't make sense. There's stuff in the trailer that makes that not make sense. Characters that's less staying. Just say it. characters that have less staying power in the multiverse because there's a different version of them. They're just going to come back a different way. In the trailer, he talks about how from what I can tell, in his universe, the X-Men are dead. Like, something happened. They were the X-Men and now they're dead. So the X-Men existed in that universe and now they're dead. You see the big giant Ant-Man helmet as like it's almost like a building. Like he went Giant Man and then died. So and I don't know what all of it means. Obviously, we have no idea what it means. But there's evidence in the trailer that no, this is a different Wolverine entirely. That this Wolverine, and Deadpool actually says to him something like, you know what it's like about saving your world, and your world is, this is what happened when your world went to crap. And so there's these moments in the trailer that make it sound like Deadpool went to a universe where something got screwed up really bad and the X-Men were all killed and Wolverine is the only one that survives, which is not our universe. That's not the MCU that we've been following this whole time. So it's coming from somewhere else. And then they're going to go to another, you see the TVA in the trailer for a little bit too. So they're going to go to another universe to save them. And this is what I mean. It's just like, it's all over the place. It's not Logan, because Logan was further into the future and he's dead. It's not the Days of Future Past Logan, because he came back and he was older and the X-Men were still alive in that storyline because he was able to fix it and change the future. So now they're X-Men. So it's like, it's all over the place. So we literally don't know which Wolverine we're even looking at, which is not, again, it's not to say that the movie's going to be crap or anything, but it's just, it highlights what I think is what I'm not liking about the MCU right now, is that every time I see something, I have to ask a bunch of questions about where it takes place. And yeah, I could not ask those questions. I could just watch the show and enjoy it. But the enjoyment up to this point was the interconnectivity. Right? Lilac, yeah, I don't think it is. I just think we're overthinking it. So Lilac, let's say I made a Star Wars story and it completely felt like a multiverse, right? Let's say I made a Star Wars story that was multiversal. Would I be able to say to you, just enjoy it? Or would I say, or would you be justified in saying, is the continuity is part of what I like about Star Wars, and not engaging in the continuity makes me look at the product differently. It's different when you go back and you see other things and it's not connected, when it's been something that you've always, like, the interconnectivity is what I like about Star Wars. The interconnectivity was what I was really happy with the MCU. I liked watching a movie and wondering where it fit in all of this. Now I don't even know. It might not even be on the same tree. Yeah, this is a younger Logan where the X-Men died much earlier than they do in the Logan movie. So is this the version that's going to be Logan? Because in that movie, Professor X was still alive. So that's what I'm talking about. And I know it's probably the nerdiest thing we've ever discussed. And we've done Star Wars discussions. But that's just kind of, again, I can't really debate what's going on in the Deadpool movie because we literally only have a 2.5 minute trailer. My point is just that this is what is, I think, when people say that they're burnt out of the MCU or they're not engaged in it anymore, I think this is kind of why. I think that whenever you have a product come up like this, a project happen like this, that everybody should be excited for, there is a part of you that wants to know where it fits. Deadpool's always kind of existed a little bit separately, though, right? The first 2 Deadpool movies, he makes a bunch of jokes about the MCU and stuff, but it was never really part of it. So it's easier to see that as disconnected. It's easier to disconnect from that. But with the TVA, they are trying to connect it. Now that you've got the TVA involved, it does feel like they're trying to work towards getting Deadpool into the Avengers universe. I just call it the Avengers universe. So now it does become relevant. Now it does start to be a valid discussion. I think it's a See, that's what I think, Mr. L. I think it's a Wolverine we've never seen before. It helped to keep the movie simple, particularly because the Fox X-Men timeline was a confusing mess all its own. Which they kind of changed. Like, they rebooted that whole timeline at the end of Days of Future Past, which kind of is why I didn't like that the Apocalypse movie existed. But yeah, it's I like that it would be a Wolverine that is unknown to us and a world that's unknown to us. You know what I actually wouldn't mind? I wouldn't mind. Here's something I wouldn't mind doing at this movie. I don't want it to be the Logan Wolverine, and there's a reason for that. I would like if this Wolverine at the end of one X-Men to be rebooted twice, sort of. I wouldn't mind if at the end of this and all the time and all the multiverse travel shenanigans, this Wolverine that comes from a universe where the X-Men are all dead ends up in the Avengers universe, in our standard MCU, and he decides that he is going to seek out mutants and form the X-Men here. I would watch that movie. That's a movie that I would be interested in. If you used another universe's Wolverine to start the X-Men here, it would explain why the X-Men haven't existed up until now, and it would give us a Wolverine. And then now we can start fresh. And then that group, because the thing that I've been wondering the most is, we followed the Avengers, we need another group to follow. I always thought it should have been the Fantastic Four. A lot of people thought it should have been the X-Men. This is a good way to make it the X-Men. If you have the next batch of movies, the next continuity be Logan finding different people, and then now you've got your Professor X movie and your Magneto movie. Now you've got you can do the X-Men movie where he's putting them together, where he goes and he finds Storm and all of, like, I would like that. Yeah, and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four worked together in the comics. So I would like that. I think that is where we should be going next. I think that this Deadpool movie could potentially be a good jumping off point to getting the X-Men and the Fantastic Four established here. Not to mention a lot of the other interconnectivity, right? You've got Cable. Cable was Cable was a Madeline Pryor and right, wasn't Madeline Pryor and Scott Summers? Wasn't Cable their kid from the future? Nathan Gray, like he was that version of Nathan Gray. So that works. I like that. You bring back a different Cable, right? Because I hated what they did with Cable. Yeah, expanding equals makes no sense. Money situation, and make no sense and make money situation. I think that's what's happening. Ms. Marvel is a mutant, so the main universe has a so the mutant phenomena isn't unheard of so far. There is something like that. It's the Wolverine from that universe they went to in Multiverse of Madness, perhaps. There you go. There could be one there. It'll likely be based off the Logan from Days of Future Past, where he failed to change the future. What I mean by overthinking, we're limiting just movies. And thinking it'll be a lot more simple. And likely it'll be a lot more simple. And yeah, and like, yeah, you're right. That's always that's the curse is when you overthink this stuff, because then when it comes out Lilac and it's nowhere near as complicated as we thought, it feels like a letdown. That's what people do. And that's why I don't mind doing that. I'm good to do that. And I can disconnect what's going to happen from what I think would be cool to happen from my theory crafting. A lot of people can't. A lot of people will do this. They'll have this conversation and it'll be long and elaborate, and they'll have this million different things they want to happen. And then the answer will be very simple, like you said, and then they'll be pissed off. There's so much you could, right? And we've done that. I've done that before. There's so much you could have done. It's like, all right, but did what they do work? Yeah, okay. I love that they've adapted X-Force. That is one of my favorite Deadpool arcs. I mean, isn't there something going on with Gwenpool? Isn't Gwenpool supposed to run into Deadpool or something? That's what needs to happen. I hated Deadpool. No, Kia. I didn't hate Cable in the Deadpool 2 movie. I just think Cable's a really cool character, and I didn't like that they wasted him on Deadpool 2. Deadpool or Cable he's from a far-flung future. He battled Apocalypse. Like, there's a lot going on with that character, right? Child of Scott Summers and Madeline Pryor, I think. There's a lot going on with that character. And to bring him into Deadpool as some sort of bounty hunter that just doesn't do much of anything else, he was a very cool character. I think what's his name, Josh Brolin. I think he played him very, very well. I would have preferred Ron Perlman, me personally, but I think he did the role very good. My problem was I feel like using that character in such a limited capacity was a waste, and it's a shame that it was wasted that way. Is that Daisy? It is Daisy. Hello, Daisy. Also, Smooth Super Rogan. To be honest, the only thing I loved about Deadpool 2 was the ending sequence. Everything else was just okay. I like Deadpool 2 for the most part. I like Domino. I like the sequence where they all fly in and they all die. Domino I thought was great with her whole like luck isn't a superpower, and it's that whole sequence where she takes over the truck. I like that. Like, there's a lot of jokes in that I really dug, and I enjoyed it. I don't know if it's been adapted, but I wouldn't mind a movie series based off the Immortal Weapons group. Cable was limited due to the split still. They had the rights to use Cable, but not the X-Men, the word mutant and stuff. Yeah, and I understand that. I understand why that stuff happens. It's all real world stuff that interferes with the creativity of it, but it just sucks that it happened. That's the problem, is that it just kind of sucks that that's what we have to deal with. Yeah, I like the X-Force scene. Yeah, I thought Domino was really cool. The Juggernaut, it was okay. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, I like that Juggernaut better than I liked Vinnie Jones. That was a much better. And I like Vinnie Jones, right? But that was a much better Juggernaut in that movie. So in Deadpool 2. Like in Deadpool, trying to keep the kid away from him because he didn't want to scar the kid when he was dying in the center. Yeah, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Like, come on, man. I get it, but like, it's like, no. I think my problem with that Juggernaut, and they kind of corrected it in the Deadpool 2, but in Deadpool 2, he needed to be physically large. That was my problem, is that he needed to be physically large. And I don't think Vinnie Jones's Juggernaut was physically large enough. I think that's one of the hallmarks of the Juggernaut as a character, is that he's always comically oversized from everybody else. And that works. And not to the Marvel superheroes video game size, but if you go to like the X-Men arcade game, like that was a great version of Juggernaut. He was extremely sized. Right, he was extremely large compared to everybody else, but still somewhat realistic. Brad Pitt, yeah, like Brad Pitt was great. That was such a great gag that was. Let's not talk about X-Men 3. X-Men 3 I didn't hate that movie. X-Men 3. I definitely don't hate that movie as much as everybody else. I'm glad they retconned it though. I'm glad that, because technically that's what happened at the end of Days of Future Past, is that it retcons that and it eliminates this version of the future where all of this bad stuff happened. So I did like that. I found that kind of interesting. Yeah, I didn't particularly mind X-Men 3. I wasn't a big fan of what they did, killing off some of the characters and stuff, but for the most part I thought it was a fine movie. And again, having it now and then knowing that stuff gets retconned at the end of Days of Future Past makes me feel better. It makes it easier to watch that movie knowing that, all right, that's not permanent. Brad Pitt was the sole turning point on getting the movie. What, to have him in the movie? That's great. Can you imagine if Juggernaut was treated the same as Rhino in Amazing Spider-Man 2? Though in Deadpool, that would at least work for a gag. You should have stayed in class. You never should have left. Treated Cyclops as a jobber and as the wrestling. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it treated him as X-Men 3. I don't know if it treated him as a jobber, but it did kill him. It did kind of like, I mean, yeah, I guess it kind of did treat him as it treated him like a red shirt in a way, right? Like a Star Trek red shirt where he just, we'll kill him to make a point. I think it's funny shit when Juggernaut broke Deadpool. Yeah, like that's hysterical. Like that stuff was funny. You know, so they did. I think that they did a good Juggernaut for that. That's that there. But yeah, the Deadpool trailer. I mean, check it out. I think it does raise a lot of questions. Like I said, I think it does. I think it has the potential to It has the potential to change the MCU at some point, which is kind of dangerous if you think about that. It's dangerous if you believe that. I think that's the better way to say that. It's dangerous if you believe that Deadpool 3 has the potential to change the MCU, because if it doesn't, you're going to feel let down. You're going to come away and you're going to think, oh, that was a popcorn movie. Nothing relevant happened in that movie if they don't do anything. But there is the potential there to do something very significant. There is the potential to kick off the X-Men in our universe. The Fantastic Four, I don't think you need anything to help kick it off. I think that given the current state of the MCU, I think that the Fantastic Four just starting on its own would be believable. They're using alien technology. They build a spaceship. They want to go into outer space. They encounter cosmic radiation that turns them into the Fantastic Four, right? Like, you can do all the same story beats and make the Fantastic Four without any prior setup. I feel like the X-Men and the mutant agenda in general, I feel like you're going to need something to establish it new and to explain why it hasn't existed before. Because I think that's the problem. When people talk about the X-Men in the MCU, I think the bigger issue that people are having is not starting the X-Men. It is, where have the mutants been this entire time? What happened that all of a sudden mutants exist? And so where is that bit? And that's the issue. But the Fantastic Four, I think you can just do. I don't think there's any problem with that. Isn't Juggernaut kind of fodder? He's always kind of treated that way. Juggernaut was always very, for my experience of him, he was always very adjacent to important things happening. Juggernaut was very rarely the threat, but he was always adjacent to the things that were there, right? Juggernaut was according to and I get a lot of this from the X-Men cartoon. The Juggernaut was there when Gladiator and what the hell were they called? From the Shi'ar Empire, like he was there when they showed up, and I mean, like, when they first introduced him, it wasn't really that significant. He was part of the second Brotherhood of Mutants, I believe. I want to say no, I think it was part of the first one. So like, yeah, Juggernaut was like a goon. That word is kind of ruined, but a big, powerful, extremely, extremely dangerous one. He was I feel like very rarely was he the primary threat, but he was always sort of around. They had an easy out with Multiverse of Madness, a reverse House of M, no more mutants. Wanda could have used her powers to bring them back into existence. Yeah, and Lanak, and that's sort of what I'm talking about. Is like, you can come up with these things. Now, if you had committed to that idea and then they didn't do it, you'd feel let down, when really there was no evidence that they were going to do it in the first place. But that's, yeah, if you can separate that speculation. I mean, for the idea that I had heard that I always thought was really good was just that at some point Professor Xavier used Cerebro to remove the knowledge of mutants from the mind of mankind overall. Like, it was one last big thing that he did to protect mutants, was to just make the world forget that they even existed. So then you could have said, when the snap was undone, everybody that came back, you could have said they were now brought back into existence without what he did with Cerebro. So now people remember mutants, and like, that would have been the easiest way to do that. It was literally something that had already happened, and you could have just said, oh, it turns out they remember what mutants are, because whatever Cerebro did, it didn't happen to them. Ryan pitched the movie, told them about how it was a group ensemble, went through their powers. When he got to how they had Brad Pitt, the board asked who. Ryan said he's the Vanisher. So he'd be invisible. And they said, well, how will they know it's Brad Pitt? You see him for a split second as he dies, and they laughed and loved that Pitt agreed to do. I wonder if that scene. I wonder if he showed up for like 2 hours and shot that scene. X-Men have already appeared in the MCU too. They're in another universe and will likely be brought in during Secret Wars. They'll probably merge the universes to remove the multiverse. Yes, yeah, I guess that's what they're gonna do, but that's exactly the problem. It's just like we're kind of guessing at this point. I feel, and this is why I said after the Avengers, what they should have done was taken a couple of years away, organize what they were going to do, and then come back at it, and then start off with something to, maybe a couple projects in the middle, but then start off with something that lets us know where the next big direction is. And then the next big direction could have been the multiverse, and the multiverse is how you shake things up. And then at the end of it, right, you call it, right, you had the Infinity Saga, you should have had the Multiverse Saga. And at the end of the Multiverse Saga, they shut down the TVA, or they at least lose connection to the TVA. This is your, right, it could have been your New 52. This could have been the opportunity, or not New 52, the Convergence. This would have been your opportunity to do what you wanted with the characters, bring in characters that you wanted to but didn't know how to. You could have done that over an established, organized multiverse saga. The same way you did all of this stuff with an established, semi-organized Infinity Saga. You could have done that, and it doesn't feel like they're doing that. It just feels like, well, let's do multiverse. Let's do shows. Let's do different movies. Let's have standalone stuff. Let's have stuff that's connected. Let's connect it to the shows. Let's not connect it to the shows. It was just all over the place. And this is the problem, is that everything, when people say burnout, I think what they really mean is that it all just feels disjointed, and they don't know what direction to move in. Disney just threw more content at us haphazardly without preparing the next big arc, and that's what they should have done. They should have taken a few years away, and they should have really organized what they were going to do for the next arc. For anybody that happens to be a creator out there, for anybody that happens to, if for whatever reason, someone from Disney or Marvel or anything, if anybody happens to be watching this, I'm gonna give you the secret sauce right now. All right, nerds love continuity. We love it. We love the interconnectivity. We love the knowledge. We like understanding it. We like having a direction where we can sort of theory craft in that direction. We love that stuff. You give us more of that, and we're all about it. If nerds are telling you that they're burnt out of the MCU and they don't want to watch it, it's because it's too much in too many different directions. That's our problem. That as a geek, that's the problem that I'm having with the MCU right now. I'm not burned out on the characters and the stories. I'm burned out on the overarching lack of direction. That's what I'm burned out on. Sorry, it turned into an MCU discussion anyway. They did have a mini arc plan with Kang, but the stuff with Jonathan Majors threw a wrench in that work. And that's true, but it doesn't feel like that was their only thing. It doesn't feel like this Jonathan Majors thing ruined everything. It feels like it only ruined one part of it. And that's a problem. It shouldn't have been that. Foreshadowing the next arc then went on a long break. You mean like using a villain known for destroying the most? Yeah, like that would have been great if it felt like they were doing that. It just, yeah, Jonathan Major stuff, but then it started to feel like they weren't even doing that in the first place. What I read about the behind-the-scenes situation with Bob Chapek took a lot of executive decisions out of Feige's hands in order to commission a bunch of new content quick. Iger has now put that power back. Good. Don't yell at Square Enix that. It's why we love Star Wars. That's why I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars for that. I love where does it take place in the timeline? Let's see some interconnectivity. I love it. Not everything has to be connected to everything, but it's nice to get a little throwback, right? You watch a new Star Wars show, and maybe they mention something that you know about. Oh, he was on. I knew him. We used to go scavenging on Geonosis. Like that's all you need. You say that, and I'm good. right? You can have in Star Wars Outlaws is going to be great. I'm actually really excited for that game. Probably more excited than I should be, but I'm excited for that game because of when it takes place, the vicinity that it takes place in, like it's going to be adjacent to a lot of stuff. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that game. But that's why. It's because we get to be geeks. We get to travel down the same road that we've traveled on, just on a different side of the street. And that's fun. It's familiar and it's different. Too many things going too many places, too much to keep track of. And none of it and Dragoon again, does it matter? Does it not matter? I have no idea. The Kang Dynasty was being set up, which is why they're pushing everything to the multiverse. It was meant to be the next movie too, which is a shame, man. Kang stuff didn't really feel like it was building up to the weapons together. Wrap together. It felt like damage control answer to an already chaotic mess. He was the breaker arc to set up the next big bad and bring stuff together. I mean, yeah, I think the problem with that is that Kang. I mean, the other question there is, did Kang have that appeal, right? Did Kang have that recognition as the big bad? I feel like, I don't know. And I say this as somebody who like knows of the character. So like, did Kang have that appeal? Was that something that people were going to say, oh my God, yeah, Kang, that's the thing. He had the power. It was definitely a strong enough character. I think that people underestimate how strong some of these characters actually, like some of these characters are so strong, it's irrelevant. It's like fighting that's why I liked what happened at the end of Infinity War, when Thanos had all the rings and they all tried to rush him. I loved that scene. Why? Because he didn't fight them. He didn't have to. That's what always bothers me, is when you get these characters that are these supreme beings and they get into fistfights. Why would you do that? Thanos showed up. He had the Infinity Gauntlet. He had 5 of the gems. They all rushed him at once, and they were literally passing through him. He was just tossing them to the side. Like, that's what you're supposed to look like when you're that strong. Why are you getting into a fist fight with these people? Oh, they always said he wasn't a big bad. But see, I thought that they were making him a big bad. I thought that was the point of Kang, was that he was going to be the big bad. We literally watched Ahsoka, and the last planet the show goes to has statues of the Mortis gods, which connect. Yeah, and Ronan, and if you don't know, okay, what's that? If you do know, you have a nerdgasm, and that was great. Kang Dynasty was set to Kang Dynasty was being set up, which was why they were pushing everything to the multiverse. Yeah, it was meant to be the next movie. Yeah, he wasn't going to be the big bad. See, I guess maybe that was what I didn't hear. My understanding was that, well, not I guess not Kang specifically, but the multiverse. But I thought he was supposed to be I guess I did kind of think that he was going to be the next big bad. I think there were better options. I'm still hoping for Doctor Doom and Apocalypse. Yeah, those are great. I mean, Apocalypse is another one they kind of messed up. That same thing, same problem that I have with Cable that I mentioned earlier, ironically, because they're related, is Apocalypse. I hated that there was an Apocalypse X-Men movie, because Apocalypse is such a great character and such a great dynamic for a character, and you put it into a movie that was not going to go anywhere. The Apocalypse should not have been wasted on one movie. I think overall issue with the Kang arc was it lasted far too long, so it had to encompass far too much to ever really be able to set. Wait, hold on. Encompass far too much to ever really be able to successfully wrap up what came out. Okay. The Kang arc kept setting up stuff, but then never advanced the story. Well, Jonathan Majors kept getting arrested. Infinity Stones, Infinity Ring. Yeah, I keep saying Infinity Rings, Infinity Stones. They did push Kang early as the big bad. Yeah, I could have sworn that they did that. I think Galactus would have been a fantastic threat. I think that Galactus should have been the threat. I think that I said before, my idea was always that at the end of what's it called, the last Infinity movie, Endgame. My idea was that at the end of Endgame, when they're fighting Thanos at the end, and Ms. Marvel shows up out of space, right? All the ship's guns point to her. They point up because you don't know who it is. That should have been Silver Surfer. I think that the Silver Surfer should have came down at that scene and should have started just tearing everybody up. And then you could have somebody say, who the heck is that? I don't care, but he's fighting against them. That means he's fighting with us, right? So then you have this thing. And then when everything is said and done, they approach him and they speak to him and, we couldn't have done this without your help. We don't know who you are, but thank you. And he says, don't thank me yet. I'm here because my master sensed that life was in danger. But now my master knows you're here and he hungers. And then he flies away. And then you have somebody say, like, what the heck was that? And then someone says, I don't know, but I feel like that's going to be a problem. Right. And then there you go. And then and that's like, holy crap. That just set up Galactus as the next big bad, which if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. But then you also know that sets up the Fantastic Four. And that means that at some point we're going to get the Fantastic. Like, that would have been a cool setup. I think that would have been a nice, cool setup. Yeah, Ultron. Ultron was a cool character. Throw him away. I mean, to be fair, that movie was... I think the second Avengers movie was a little bit underrated. I do think that's a great movie. I'm glad they didn't. We needed a breather arc after 10 years of movies. Well, that's the thing. And Lilac, that's the thing is that before you actually... Like, let's say they did what I just said. Before you actually set up the Fantastic Four and Galactus and all of that, you could have had a couple of movies in the middle. You could have done some stuff in the middle that was, you got Spider-Man and you're setting that up. I mean, you could have done the Eternals, right? Like, I feel like Eternals was the most middest movie I've ever seen in my life, but some cool stuff could have happened there, right? You set up the Celestials because the Celestials, there's a connection between the Celestials and Galactus, so you could have set something up there. Like, there was a lot of stuff that you could have done with that. Wasn't Silver Surfer in F4 also still under Sony at the time? No. They were transferred they were transferred at like around the time that Endgame came out, I think. Because that was the big question, was that now that they're back in there, will they remember how they squeezed Spider-Man into the one movie, Civil War? That was the question, was whether or not they were going to do the same thing, because they had taken over, they had jumped in so quickly, or they got them back so close to Endgame. A lot of people were questioning whether or not they were going to try and find a place to put the X-Men. It was the X-Men specifically that everybody was asking for. I hated the Eternals. It was just my joke with the Eternals was that the Eternals was an amazing movie because it had everything that should have made a good movie, and it was so unbelievably boring. That it was amazing. It was amazing that you took that cast and those special effects and that story and this setting. You did everything. You had everything you were supposed to have for a great movie, and you somehow did it all so averagely that the movie was just bad. And it was amazing. But it wouldn't feel like that because they set the next big bad. It would feel like you must watch them in case it had the setup, which was the issue that people had by Endgame. I don't know, but I guess that's going to be an opinion thing, because that's what I liked about those movies, was that there was interconnectivity. I think my problem now with interconnectivity is that it's not just movies. It's not like I watch a movie and I see where it falls in the timeline and I wait for the next movie. Now I have to watch 5 Netflix shows or 5 Disney Plus shows, and I have to see if any of those matter. Like that's, and then sometimes they do, and then sometimes they don't. That's where I have a problem with the whole like interconnectivity, is that it's in a lot of different directions. It's what people have with Star Wars. People don't like that going on with Star Wars. It's great. The interconnectivity is great. And it used to be that you'd watch some movies and maybe Clone Wars, right? And then Rebels, but then you had Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, and now you've got, and that's not even including the books and stuff. But you got these other series. You've got Bad Batch. You've got the little mini series that pop up, Tales of the Jedi, and now Tales of the Empire. Like, you've got all of these things, and a Mandalorian, and you've got all of these things, and that's what feels exhausting for people. It's Star Wars is a bit different because Star Wars isn't really moving in one specific end. Star Wars is just branching out along the same thread, but you don't have to engage. That's the one thing that I always tell people about Star Wars is that if you're exhausted by all of this stuff, by all of these shows and everything, watch the movies. I'd recommend Mandalorian. I think that Mandalorian, if you were to watch one show, if you were a fan of the movies and wanted to watch one show, it would be The Mandalorian. But other than that, it's more just flavor text. Everything else I think is flavor text. As much as I love Star Wars, everything going on right now is flavor text. If you don't want to watch Boba Fett, if you don't want to watch Clone Wars, Clone Wars I think put a lot into it, but if you don't want to watch that stuff, I don't really think you lose anything overall. And I love that stuff. I don't think you lose anything by not watching Obi-Wan. I think you miss out on some pretty cool scenes. But for the most part, I don't really think you miss anything. Clone Wars is probably the other show that I would really recommend. My problem with Clone Wars, though, is still the mixed up order. I would hard recommend Clone Wars if they reorganize the episodes and put them in the right order. It's hard for me to recommend Clone Wars to somebody who is not a hardcore Star Wars fan and tell them, here's a list of episodes. This is the order you need to watch them in. It's hard for me to do that. So that's why I don't recommend it. That's why I recommend Rebels before I recommend Clone Wars. And Clone Wars was, for lore purposes, Clone Wars was the better show. For lore purposes, Clone Wars was the better show. I think it had higher highs. I think that the best episodes of Clone Wars are better than the best episodes of Rebels. But I also think it had lower lows. And I think that the worst episodes of Clone Wars are worse than the worst episodes of Rebels. X-Men F4 were under Fox, and no. Oh, the movies were filmed and done. Okay, the movies were filmed and done by the time it happened. They were never going to force them in the last minute. It would have been well, Mr. L, it would have been messy, but how do we know that they wouldn't have tried it? Clone Wars I feel also does a lot to make episode 2. Oh yeah, Clone Wars is fantastic. Clone Wars as a show is incredible. It does so much for episode 2 and for the Star Wars world in general. I think that anybody who says that the prequel era is their best era, is their favorite era, is almost guaranteed to have watched Clone Wars. The problem is, if you're trying to recommend Clone Wars to an average person, to a newcomer, and you have to give them this laundry list of episodes and how to watch them, that's off-putting for a lot of people. I still hate episode. I think episode 2 is great. Though, Kia, what I've said about episode 2 is after you watch Clone Wars, when you watch episode 2 again, don't think of it as episode 2. Think of it as Clone Wars episode 0. Watch episode 2, but think of it as the beginning of the Clone Wars show. Like if you were gonna watch Clone Wars again, if your plan was to sit down and start watching Clone Wars again, I would recommend watching episode 2 first, so that it goes right into the next thing. I think that actually makes it super relevant. Kevin Feige's a big nerd. He's the reason the MCU had its continuity, its connectivity, and only been out-nerded once by Sam Witwer in the scripting for an episode of Clone Wars. Kevin Feige? Episode 2 is mad boring. My current issue with Star Wars is there's a lot of retcons happening since comics and novels are being thrown around and engaged with very little regard of what they were trying to do. My thought to that, Somber, is depending on what they retcon, as long as they're not retconning anything gigantic, my excuse for that, and it is an excuse, it is that it happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and when you try and remember the story, sometimes details change, right? If you were to tell somebody about something that happened in your life, and then a year later you told them again, details might be different. You might remember something that you didn't remember before. You might have forgotten something that you remembered the first time. Like, so I don't mind that. As long as it's minor things, I really don't care. Now, if you're going to go back and you're going to tell me, that's where I start to have a problem with, like, Vader didn't die on the Death Star. Like, okay, wait, I get the retcon thing, but we're kind of working a little bit hard for that. The only retcon like that, like extreme, yeah, how about a character dying and coming back a few years later? The only extreme retcon that I gave a lot of crap to, and I now am fully accepting of it, is Darth Maul. Darth Maul is the only one that I was like, robot legs, come on. And then you see what they did with him with the rest of his story arc all the way up until he dies, and you're like, that was good story, man. I'm glad they brought him back. My problem is when they hold major plot elements, no matter that matter to the main story, in little side stuff. It's not like Luke, Anakin, and Rey were always the center during the timeline. You're talking about Padme meeting Anakin's mom kind of thing. What's this? For the people that don't know, I'm sure Uncle seen the clip. They were doing a script reading for an episode. Yeah. Where Anakin speaks to to his mother's spirit. Yeah, I would love if you could meet her. Yeah. And then Sam, he basically said that he did meet her, and then he brought up episode 1, and they're like, yeah, he did. In order to see what happens to Darth Maul, you have to listen to the cassette tape on side B or so. The Darth Maul. Well, the thing is, the Darth Maul stuff, that was in Clone Wars. So, that was books originally. The whole robot likes Darth Maul thing. But they did put that into Clone Wars. They did kind of rework that, and that was, with him and his brother, and so they did kind of throw that in there. I think a breather art wasn't a bad idea for Marvel, but the way this breather panned out, this is Dragoon. This is the equivalent of you took a year off between high school and college, and you never went to college. That's right. I'm gonna take a gap year. I'm gonna do some traveling. Maybe get a part-time job. 17 years later, you never went back to college. Yeah, Maul is a much better character outside of episode 1. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that was one that I criticized. And then when I finally saw all of it, I was like, man, that's a great character right there. They did so much good stuff with him. Take a breather and start hyperventilating. What if they don't come back? You saw him he was at the end of the Solo movie. He was just in a hologram there, but he was at the end of the Solo movie. He was great in Clone Wars. He was terrific for his couple of things in Rebels that he did. Actually, he was only in, what was it, just like 2 episodes of Rebels, right? Or was it just the 1? No, he was in a few episodes. What am I thinking? He was in a few episodes of Rebels. Fantastic. That was the one time where they hard killed a character, and they came up with some goofy reason to bring him back, like, oh, he survived because of the Force. He was so angry, man, literally too angry to die. But what they did with his character, I was like, yeah, that guy's too angry to die. I get it. I get it. That Kenobi scream, that's it. I don't know why I like General Grievous so much, but I love this forum. Yeah, I think General Grievous was an interesting character. They could have done some cool stuff with him. Phasma's the one that really pissed me off, but Captain Phasma's kind of a weird one because she died in the movie. She died in a cutscene, in a scene that was cut, I should say, where it was like very obvious that she died, but the way they killed her in the actual movie leaves the door open for her not to be dead. And I'm actually kind of happy with that because I think Captain Phasma would have been a very interesting character. I thought she should have been a more prominent character in the sequel movies. Now I would love to see her come back and be more prominent in her own thing. Somehow Palpatine return. Give me somehow Phasma return. Yeah, she died in a cutscene. Yeah, they threw her off the edge. And then she, in the extra scene, she climbed back up, and their mask was torn half open, and she got into it. It was a great fight. It was an awesome fight. But then the death at the end of that fight was definitive. She was definitely dead. But in the movie, she falls off the edge, and then you don't see her anymore, and they just assume she's dead. So I'm thinking, this is great. Because now you can bring her back. Too bad every time the sequel is even hinted at. Yeah, exactly. Somber, give it some time, because the way people talk about the sequels right now is the way people talked about the prequels back then. And they still do. There's still plenty of people out there who claim to be modern Star Wars fans, and if you bring the prequels up to them, it's like you punch their puppy. They get all mad about it. Like, the prequels. It's like, did you sit down and did you watch any of the stuff after that? Like, do you just cry about the prequels and you never watched Clone Wars? You didn't watch Rebels? You didn't do anything other than that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much other, like, the prequel era. If you're mad about the prequel movies, okay, but the prequel era is incredible. There's so much good stuff that's such a major turning point for the entire story. Although they also kind of trashed it in Mandalorian. I love that. For all their talk, the Empire lasted no more than 30 years. It's like, yeah, she's kind of right. And I still hate both the prequels and the sequels. That's why I'm not going to MomoCon. Use our death as a way to tease Palpatine coming back, a new generation of real clone troopers, and the Empire's most loyal making a return. How Obi-Wan went to his Clone War pose, realized it was old him and the downfall of the Jedi, then moved to what became his Kenobi pose. Realized who he is, who he's against, and moved to the Qui-Gon gym. Yeah, it was so there was so much in that last sequence, in that last moment of Darth Maul. That was so good. I have a soft. The thing is, I like the prequels. I thought even back then, I was like, the prequels are great. I don't understand. Like episode 2, I was like, it's okay. I think that's probably. We'll get started here in the game in a second. That's still my hottest Star Wars take. If I rank the movies, I always put Empire Strikes Back, and then I always put Episode 3. I think that the action was amazing. I think that the story was amazing. I think that everything that happens, where it fits in the timeline, I think everything in that movie is incredible. And after Empire, if you ask me my favorite movie after Empire, it's Episode 3. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't like Episode 2, but I always like the prequels. And again, if you watch Clone Wars and then you watch Episode 2, I think Episode 2 is actually a lot better. I think it is a lot better. Even Dex grew on me. The diner owner, he grew on me. I used to hate him. Yeah, we're playing a game today. Yeah, we're gonna play. I brought my PS5 back over. We're gonna play 16. I finished. Real quick, I finished. That was what I was doing. Other than while I was relaxing before the stream started, I finished the anime. Hokkaido Girls are super adorable. What a great show that is. That was a delightful rom-com show. I very much enjoyed that. I also bought, I went to Walmart yesterday, and Dexter Jetster. I love him. I wanted to check because they had a bunch of games that were on sale for $10, $20, and $30, like flat. So I went. They didn't have a ton. They didn't have anything for the Switch that was on sale. They had some stuff for PS5 and PS4. Some stuff for Xbox, but Xbox. All those games are taxed. And I did get a game. I got a game. Woohoo! Finally picked up Diablo 4. I know that people are kind of hit or miss on it. I know that there was a lot of controversy about it. I'm excited to play it. I don't think I'll do that here. Yeah, my condolences. I know that there's been a lot of there was a lot of crap about the game, but my understanding was that most of the crap that this game had about it was related to either balancing issues or multiplayer. I know that a lot of people were pissed off about multiplayer. Like, what was wrong with this game that was not related to, a single player playing on normal mode? Am I going to have a good time for $20? Right? That's all I really care about. This whole thing, they screwed up hard mode. I don't play hard mode. They screwed up multiplayer. I'm not going to play multiplayer. Am I going to enjoy the game? Did they just... So it gets real bad at the end. They didn't like the story? It was super boring, not a ton to do. Okay, so that's a problem. Yeah, so that's a problem. You don't get a choice about... What do you mean you don't get a choice about multiplayer? I know it says no offline mode, which is horrendous. What do you mean? I can't turn off the ability for people to just pop into my game? Yeah, I love the Diablo games, but man, they messed up the end game on that one. Oh, now I'm concerned. Yeah, always online I'm not really concerned about. But I can't set my game to private. Like, do I need to worry about people randomly joining my game or something? Always online is like... My PS5 is always connected to the internet. Of course I'm always online. Yeah, you join worlds and have others... And I can't set my game to private so they can't join me. I can't play this game single player. Because it sounds like what you're telling me is I can't play this game single player. That's a problem. I can't play this game single player. I mean, that's kind of bad. If that's unless they change. Well, the box says no offline mode, but I don't know how old this box is, so that's kind of bad. Yeah, I want to be able to do that. Okay. What the heck? Okay. I would say 3 would be. Oh, I love 3. 3. I meant to pick up at some point and try and play again. I played 3 when it came out and I loved it. Story is single player, but you'll have others jumping in and fighting with you. Yeah, unless in dungeons. So I have to probably figure out a way to do that. You could have gotten a good game like Digimon Survive. Nope. No. Who knows? Maybe at some point. But all right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to run to the restroom. I'm going to get more coffee. And then when I come back, we are going to jump into Final Fantasy 16. I forget where we are exactly in 16. So, can you play Diablo? Yeah, can you play Diablo and then turn the Wi-Fi off? Like, can I do that? Or am I going to is it going to just tell me you can't play the game? We also have the Metaphor Re-Fantasio showcase. I've been seeing that, Ryan, but I have no idea what that is. To be completely honest with you, I have no idea what that is. Or if I do, I don't remember it. I played 3 as well and did Error 37, baby. Error 37. We were all there. We were all there. Actually, did I get an Error 37? I forget I forget if Error 37 hit me on Diablo 3. I think I might have hit it, and I just stopped. I didn't even bother trying to play until I knew they fixed it. Oh, it's the big RPG made by the head Atlas guy who usually makes Persona and SMT. Okay. What if it turns out that it's a remake of Persona 2, right? But give me a few minutes, and I will be right back. I have Diablo 3 on the Switch. Still play it here and there. We need Atlas to make SMT and TMNT crossover. SMTTMNT or TMNT SMT. I like that one. I like TMNT SMT. Semi-serious question: would you play Digimon Survive on PS5, or is it the kind of game you prefer on the Switch? I'd probably prefer that on the Switch so I can take it with me. I usually prefer games on the Switch if the Switch can handle them. I just because of the portability aspect of it. It's definitely something I would most likely play off stream, just so I can engage in it a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, either one, but that'd probably be a Switch game for me. Because I think graphically, like, the Switch can handle it. I think that's the big thing that makes me move towards the PS5 over the Switch or something. Well, the PS5 over the Switch is just, can the Switch handle it, right? If you tell me that the Switch can handle it full power and no stutters or anything, no problem, right? That is a concern. But if the PS5 version is clearly the functionally better version, I'm probably going to want the PS5 version. Okay, so let me see here. All right, so we should be... All right, let me change up. All right, so we're getting ready to get started. So if you are gonna have to leave for Final Fantasy 16, Trails, I appreciate you sticking around. Let me change the stream info here. Final Fantasy 16. I'd say that I hate that 16 is like a mature rated game on Twitch, but yeah, I get it. 16 is going to be BSC's longest playthrough ever with the DLC. Oh my God, with the DLC, it's 89 parts. So Ryan, I'm going to go ahead and guess you guys never did Tales of Symphonia. I did like what I watched for Digimon. I hated Digimon's fusions, though. I like the anime way more than Pokemon 1 when I discovered it back then. Same. I asked because it's on sale for PS5 15 and physical Switch for 20. Not to mention, yeah, the PS5 versions have slowly but surely been cheaper and more on sale, which is just the Nintendo problem, to be honest with you. You haven't done any Tales games. Yeah, apparently Tales of Symphonia, I think for SGB was like 60-something parts, wasn't it? Or was it 58? And then Kingdom Hearts 2, I think, was 60-something parts. I think I crank up that a little bit. I think a lot of that 16 playthrough will basically be a movie commentary. I mean, I wonder if it'll be the discussions of any of the stuff that we talked about here. Actually, you guys, Ryan, you know what you should discuss? Whether or not you think Clive's shirt can get any tighter. That's a good discussion point. Also want to do a playthrough of 16 as well on my stream. Tails was 68. How long does 16 generally take? I'm hearing like 30 to 40 hours, 35, 40 hours. The problem is, of course, streaming it kind of changes the whole dynamic. The Rising Tide is now available for purchase and download. This DLC includes the following. Bear in mind, I haven't played this since the DLC came out. A whole new quest line separate from the main scenario, new characters to meet and new areas to explore, new side quests and a new stage, new weapons and gear, 3 redeemable bonus items, Cortana, Torn from the Heavens, and the Maelstrom Orchestron rolls. DLC also adds 2 new iconic abilities sets to acquire and master. Leviathan. I like that they just don't tell you the other one. New Atret Stone content. Main scenario side quest progresses. Finally, the DLC increases Clive's level cap for all gameplay modes: story focus mode, action focus mode, Final Fantasy mode. So the Final Fantasy mode, that's like the super hard, that's like the harder mode, but the level cap is way higher. Rising Tide can be purchased and downloaded from the PlayStation Store. Even if you have already purchased the DLC, you must still download it manually from the PlayStation Store to access the content. Not super hard, but hard mode. Hard mode, yeah. Because it's New Game Plus. That's the New Game Plus mode. Okay. That's I'll probably play that on my own. That I'll play that off stream so I can move at my own pace. Yeah, it's not really hard mode. I find it kind of easy. Ronan, I feel like it's hard mode, but you're also starting at a higher level. So maybe it's not balanced properly. What about Dragon Quest mode? Okay, yeah. 50 in a lot of people's cases, because that was like the max level. Continue? I want to just continue? 30 for both DLC packs. Here be monsters. Why is my game skipping? Why is the music doing that? Why is it doing that? Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Final Fantasy 16. What the heck? Is 15 good? Never heard about the actual game, just cooking. Yeah, the only thing I know about 15 is a boy band in a car, and I found the new recipe.
Back again, Lord. I'm touched that you're such good company.
Your company, so that I seek on this account.
Armor. Will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
We'll soon be setting sail for then, I take it. The Mother Crystal...
What is happening?
The boiling... There was a time blue-blooded Rosarian to brave the waves.
What is happening? I hate this because I'm missing all of the story. Oh, I forgot to dust my PS5. Okay, I can't. Hold on. I have to stop that because now I'm going to get a bunch of story here. That's going to screw me up too. How do I close game? Close game. It's skipping here too. What's happening there? Hold on. It's skipping there too. System? HDMI? My HDCP is off. Yeah, I have to restart the console. I just turned it on. Reset my capture set. Ooh, check the capture card. Let me see here. Hold on. I mean, would the capture card do that? Turn off. Would the capture card do that though? Why would the capture card affect the way that doesn't sound like a capture card problem. Why would the capture card affect the way the characters are talking and like change their voices and stuff? I would, if I had an image issue, like if the picture was all scrambly, I would get that. What in the world was that? That was amazing. I just got here. What the hell happened to Clive? Yeah, you and me both, brother. I don't know. Wonder why that did that. Try a different game. Yeah, let's go back into this. Yeah, it affected my audio as a whole, but it wouldn't skip. That's the thing. I feel like it would lower the audio, but it wouldn't skip. I thought I heard it when we passed the guy that was talking, and it sounded kind of funky. Here, so let's... Yeah, it was skipping in the home menu, too. Yeah, you're right. This sounds better. Okay. Okay. This sounds okay. All right. His shirt is still tight. So far we're good. No, that was amazing. Okay, I think we're good. What in the hell was that? That was the wildest thing I've ever heard. So I walked past the character up here and I heard him talking and it sounded funky and I thought it was just me.
Typical nobles.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Rather than joining them.
Yeah, that was funny. Back to lurking. Oh, hey there, little Moogle buddy. Oh, don't worry. If they didn't, I'm gonna highlight that anyway. That's funny.
What's the matter, Nectar?
Did it change since release? DLC is $9 for part 1, 20 for Rising Tide, 25 for... Oh, it's 25 for both? I thought it was 30.
Where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts.
Oh, this is the monster
Those
hunt.
that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not. I already knew that. I miss the old voices. So I need your help. It's not around you. I'm the mighty soul of the Moogles. No fiend in the forest of ghoul. The green. I need you to slay them all. I already miss winter. I hate the heat.
Right.
Oh God, not me. Not yet.
Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment. The people
I
of
love
Celestia
winter,
are going
but
through a lot of
as I get older,
But with
I'm
the
happier
light
with the
and
warmer weather.
The last
Just
thing
not
they need
hot.
is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least
Yeah,
I can try.
I guess technically missing winter is a cold take. I'll stay here. Keep an eye on the billets. They get posted. You know, I'm your Moogle. That's right. You are my Moogle. That's right. Not that thing from Rebirth. Just being mean for no reason. Completing hunts will get you very specific materials for crafting. We did the one. Oh wait, there's hold on. I see a quest with something that is not an exclamation mark. Oh, I see 2. There's a plus there, and I saw a little. Oh my god! Woo! I had to turn that down really quick. There it is. That's what I saw. Okay, fast travel. All right, so hold on. Let me go back up and get the one that I just saw. Yeah, do the blacksmith one. Yeah, I gotta get them both.
There are new billets being posted every...
No, that's my fault, Cristobal. I thank you for that. I appreciate that. Hold on. Let me get this.
Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest,
I changed the way I do my audio, so I have to readjust all of the sound effects and stuff to fit that.
Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know?
Actually, you know what? I think I
Barely
can do
got
that
enough
here.
fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
If you think it'll help,
Fine.
I might have to change it
If you think it
after.
will help,
Knew you'd
I
understand.
think I need to change
But if he
like
doesn't want
PC
to,
settings.
we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to you there. Adjust volumes. Change device volume. Other sound settings. No, don't open the window anywhere else. Ah, damn it. I don't have access to my my Elgato. My game window is in front of another window, so I don't have access to everything. Doing these blacksmithing quests will get you the second strongest weapon in the base game. If you want the best gear, you need to do the hunt. But the gear you can buy will get you through the entire game with zero issues. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm determined to take the side quests that have that up me in some way, whether they increase my like the amount of items I can hold or anything. So those are the ones that I'm determined to do. But where are you exactly? Oh, you're over there. I'm bad with jump scares. I always jump. So is that this way? do I do with this thing?
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you.
This guy looks a little like me.
It's in my business.
I think I can get away with the cosplay here.
What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open.
It's more the hunt give you
Please,
gear.
mate.
Make sure later hunts
I'm worried
easier.
about you.
So if you don't want to do the side stuff, you won't feel it too much in the story.
Phil shut you up.
The quest with Chestnut won't make sure net you any extra updates. What do they increase
The
then?
sort of thing you bother people about.
What do the
You tell
chest
us all the same.
quests increase? Just have a constant angry scowl on your face at all times.
Her and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit.
You get a little trinket for your room.
Should
Yeah.
have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman. I thought I
Cuirass.
was. There. You happy? You got what you came for?
Have you seen the world around us, my friend?
All right.
I'm never happy.
We're going.
So he wants that cuirass that he missed. So I just have to go get it. Probably. Hide cuirass. First piece of armor you get.
Thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale.
That's kind of
Didn't
good.
think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming
Just
you're
says
happy to help,
cuirass.
that is.
Cuirass is one word.
Bloody right I am.
Don't say
Glad
cuirass.
to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Okay. Wait, what's this? Quest? You have to do to get it? Hold on. So that's, no. Karen is this way? Where is she? Did I literally run past her? I ran right past her. How about that?
Karen,
Let Clive say Uranus.
Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
See, it's the cuirass. It's the emphasis on ass.
So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it honestly put to good
Whoa,
use.
Cristobal, thank you so much. In the hunt with a Twitch Prime sub. Subscribe for 4 months. Thank you so much, Cristobal. Very much appreciate that.
Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
In these hides, where could I find him working them?
He did tell me something though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited?
On the
Someone
hunt
said
board.
wreck, maybe. Care Northern. That was it.
On some ass.
Karen, we'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leather worker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff.
Here you are, Clive.
villages and
Take
wares.
these potions and do everything.
Good idea.
Like, God damn it.
Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
This is a weird ass stream. The joke before autocorrect ruined it was that if you have to kill something, that you have to kill something, which is a theme in 16 side quests. I mean, it does kind of seem that way. All right, so best way to go is all right. So let me just go and get that treasure chest quest. So the quest with the the quest with the chest, that's just for like stuff for my room. Take these potions and cure his ass. Which, do I even have a room? Has that been a thing this entire time? Like, is it a decoration or something? Whee! Whee! There we go.
It won't be long now, Martel. See, I was hoping to speak to you.
I have a room now. Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
You mean where there's not much sunlight?
The old
Smart.
highway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Aww.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I feel like Squall could live in this world.
First harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Sure.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Squall would walk around this world for a day and be like, this is depressing.
Always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Basically every side quest, go to a place, kill a thing, stuff happens. With one or two, go to a person, take a person, go back to the person, maybe it's not. Well, I mean, you got these where it's like bring them food and stuff. But, you know, they're all, that's the thing, is that all the side quests have been relatively simple. I haven't had a side quest that I felt was extremely complicated. Squall would be confused. Isn't he from the future? It's, yeah, why is everybody cosplaying? It's like, why is everybody cosplaying in a fantasy world? Where are the cars? Oh, when you said garden, you meant like where plants grow. Okay. Where I'm from, garden means something else. This quest is walk to a person, talk to a person, talk to a person. I like it. Hunts don't give you exact locations for everything you're hunting. You can check the board. It gives you a general location, and then you check for that location on the map. Pretty standard. That's pretty standard for hunts and stuff. You know, the monster is usually near the eastern coast. Do I need to check the board first for the hunt, or can I just go to wherever it is? Do I have to take a hunt quest or something? Where am I going? I swear I'm not making that up. Squall would say this world is fun. I don't like that. Is this a convoluted D&D session? Do you think Squall would know? Yeah, that executor. That's what Squall would say. Yes, that 100%. There you go. That's what Squall would say. That's why I appreciate Seven Rebirth making a side quest not feel the same, but also went too far in some cases. Yeah, I mean, the side quests were a little. I can't. I'm not gonna get into it. Oh yeah, you can check the board to see where it is. Ask about griffin sightings. And that's when it gives you unique side quests. We complain. All right. Reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted. Notorious marks. Oh yeah, I remember. I got this guy already. I accidentally killed this guy. So here's the griffin, Dozemare. That's kind of cool. Do I have to click it or anything? Passing along the trail from Lost Wing to Cairn Norvent. One of our order was met with a sudden blast of wind. So between Lost Wing and Cairn Norvent. Okay, so that's it. So that's all I need. I don't need to take the quest or anything, do I? Now it tells you where it is mostly. Do I need to, like, He's got the little plus over his head, so I'm wondering if I'm supposed to like take the quest from him. Cause I got that one. Sweet. So, open world map. Nope, not that one. This one. Oh, I didn't read the location. I thought it said it on the thing. Ask about Griffin sightings. Oh, I did already. Yeah, there's nothing to press here. Am I supposed to press something else? Or am I supposed to pick one of the other options? Ask about the hunts. View the hunt board. Yes, it's just that. Like, there's nothing. It doesn't do anything when I press it. So I just have to go there. So between Lost Wing and Caer Norvent. Is that something in here? Or am I supposed to just run outside? I guess I just run outside, right? Lost Wing and Caer Norvent. So it's somewhere here. So I just have to go to one of these and then start moving. Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure because he still had the little plus sign quest marker on his head, so I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do something with that. So, and this is Caer Norvent. Okay, so it's down here. Okay. So, all right. Okay. Check the bottom of what you read. Well, it flat out said in the description thing. Oh, the hunt gave me the exact location? Yeah, it flat out said between where and where. I mean, I can't. It doesn't seem like I can warp to anywhere else, so. There's no other. I mean, this is where I have to go, right? Am I in the right place? Why is it so dark? Am I going the right way? I'm not going the right way. No, I'm not. What is happening? Oh, you read the letter. The location was under the letter. I literally didn't see that. Where am I going? I'm going up here. Do I need it, though? Do I need to go back and read it? Like, am I wasting my time running out here, or... Oh, wait, don't I have a bird now, don't I? I think Squall would know what D&D is. He's too introverted to enjoy it. You just need to find a griffin. Okay. So I have a bird now, though, don't I? Don't I have a chocobo? Where's my chocobro? There we go. Come here, chocobro.
Let's go.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to have to run there no matter what, Ronan. So there's no point. Like, you can tell me where it is, but even if I know even if I know exactly where it is on this map, I have to run there. How do I run? Hold. Hold? Yeah. R2? Really? Can I just run? Oh, look out! It's Scarlett Johansson. Oh my god. Yeah, it's at the end of the path. I mean, yeah, there's literally only one path. So, the Scarlett Johansson's the Black Widow.
This won't be easy.
Meow. Oh, wait. Ooh, there we go. Oh, come on. Really? Oh my god. Oh no! Once you get to the end of the path, it should be on the right. Haha.
That was quite a display.
Okay. Meow. Okay. Oh, my treasure chest. Unhook from that. Does this game do that thing where every area has its own battle theme? I don't know about that. I understand why they didn't just let you keep a marker or a copy of the hunt flyer. Why make it so you have to go back to the hideaway and check it again? Well, I mean, I don't know if you do this and it's supposed to mark the map or something, but. Oh, hold. I love some of the battle themes for Rebirth. Oh, it's got great music. Yeah, absolutely. So, okay. So it's that, I guess it's that little spur of road towards the end here. It does mark the map. It doesn't mark the map because that defeats the point of hunting the monster down. I mean, well, no, but after you read the thing, I don't know. But that starts to just dip back into the conversation about realism and how realistic is it that you do certain things or not do certain things? Like, how realistic is it that I run over items here on a chocobo and I automatically collect them? Like, there's a point where you can suspend realism, and it's just for the sake of convenience. Yeah, it's just look it up online, right? A chrono length? What's this? I haven't done this. How do I? Like, there we go. Oh, I should have summoned the orb thingy first. Going the wrong way. Well, this is the little spur at the end. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go here. Okay. There's still something here. Where's that chrono link thing?
It's the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working though.
Something for later, I guess. You just Google to take a screenshot. Well, I mean, you know, if I didn't, if I looked at the thing and went right to it, or if I Googled it or something, I wouldn't have found that little chrono length thing, right? That little thing at the end of the path. I wouldn't see. I wouldn't have been able to explore if there was like yellow paint everywhere. I wouldn't have been able to explore it. Here we go.
Run like the wind.
Bullseye. He should have said bullseye. That would have made more sense. So this is, I mean, this is the end of the path before I get to Care Norvin or whatever it's called, right?
Exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't.
Yeah, look, he even flat out. It's not like I came upon the griffin and I didn't know. He just flat out knew exactly where it was. Here, let me hop off the birdie here. Yeah, I mean, and like you said, like you don't want to just mark the map. But how many games have we played like this where they say, "Oh, it's somewhere around here," and it just puts a big circle on the map, right? It just circles an area, and it's somewhere within that area. Well, you can't take the flyer because he's not the only one. It's not like that where you're the only one that takes the job. That's how I looked at it. Because he said, you know, adventurers are looking for it. Whoa. Okay. Ah, damn it. Oh my god, I really don't remember how to play this, huh? Oh, don't I get the thingy? Oh, there we go. Get him! Ah, haha. I probably should have waited until after he was, what's it called? Oh, that's not ready to go. Ah, there we go. Whoops. There we go. Oh, hurry up. Oh, no. Wow, I was supposed to jump there of all things. Oh my god. Yeah, just use that. I keep forgetting to do the lightning rod thing first. Oh, I keep. Oh, I'm out of potions and stuff. Oh, I bet the doggo was using them, right? Uh-oh. I probably should have done that first and then used it, but. I'm probably going to lose this one, actually. I don't have any more health or anything. See, I keep forgetting to do that. You gotta pay attention. I'm not really like doing the thing that I should be doing, which is focusing on his attacks and. There we go. See, I did that. Oh wait. Oh, look at that little hop jump. There we go. Whoops. I'm whiffed. Ow. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, Torgal doesn't have, Okay, wait. No! No! Oh, wait! I might win! Ah! I win! There we go. See? Whew. That's close. Barely away. Hey, hey. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. Bark.
Something there, boy.
SpongeBob dolls just to mess with people.
Could that be our man?
Hunts are usually that close. I mean, let's be honest here. Part of that was I was playing like ass.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, not exactly. I mean, it kind of is. It kind of isn't.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but...
I can't divulge my secrets.
Actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Can I ask about? Can I ask you about the pronunciation?
You did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the
Who
least
said
I
that's
can do.
yours?
Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you.
Okay. So so many ways to keep track of your minor details. A feature I love, to be honest. It weirdly won't track something.
Blackthorn's mood.
But yeah, like even if we knew even if we knew that was here, what was I gonna do? Like warp to here and just go backwards? Like, it wasn't really. It's not like it was exactly that far out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna go back. I'm going back here. Oh, later, Crystal Ball. Have a good one. Thank you again. Thank you again for the Prime. This one.
Typical nobles.
Hi. Hey, who are you?
Look, you could use something to eat. Here.
Oh, these are the people I'm giving food to. Okay.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway?
Plants didn't slaughter everybody at the hideaway, so can you blame her?
Those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
This is the bluest place I've seen. I mean, yeah, it's definitely the nicest view.
About these guardians of the flame.
There are new
Hello.
billets.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Are you coming on to me? He pulled fruit from what he called his backyard. What? Where was he keeping that?
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourself?
I also just like skies. I do like a nice open sky.
Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the dead ones. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
It's so pleasant.
So much as a thank you.
The music is so nice. It's so peaceful here. You kind of forget that this world is horrible.
You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples.
Okay, so that was the last. Ah. Quick complete. After completing the main objective of some quest, you may be given the option to quick travel to the... Oh, okay. Oh, this is, Xenoblade did this, didn't it? Option is not mandatory, so you're free to ignore it. It can also be completely disabled in the game settings. Okay. So, if you see the prompt in the lower right hand of the screen, hold down plus immediately to travel to the NPCs.
Backyard and pass along everyone's regard.
This is new, but wasn't this a feature in Xenoblade Chronicles? Is this something that was new that was... I meant to add that. I meant to ask you that, too. Was there anything new added from the DLC that you don't pay for? Like, sometimes when they add... Monster Hunter does it, where when there's, like, a DLC... Mostly when there's an expansion, they usually add a couple of features that, even if you don't buy the expansion, it's added to the game. This was added just before the second DLC released, yeah. What didn't Xenoblade Chronicles have this, or was Xenoblade Chronicles just auto completes?
After all these years, I suppose she was very kind.
Or was it like auto? You can auto warp back to the source.
You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
I mean, like, can I get like 2 apples?
I'll see that you're both well provided for.
Certain enemies feature have much sooner. But it's there. And again, it wasn't really something that I was having a... That's the thing, is there are not so many side quests in this game, and the side quests are not so far reaching that it's been a like, it's a nice little feature to have, but that saved me 12 seconds of running downstairs, right? It's not like I completed it out. Like, if I completed out in the world and then I warp back to here, that's fine. Then that's like, wow, what a gigantic help. But here it was like, I just had to run downstairs. Yeah, not so many yet. And that's the thing. I haven't gotten to a point where there's a ton of side. Like, the most I've seen at one time, I think, was 3. So it hasn't been this dramatic thing, but I'm sure it changes later. Speedrunner. Yeah, this is speedrunners. Speedrunners love this trick. So wait, I want to turn in the side quests. I didn't even notice what that gave me.
Clive might even... How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
And he said don't ever ask him about his tradecraft again.
You're joking.
I can't tell if you're mad or happy. I don't know what to think. I don't know if he's pissed off.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough.
Sure.
And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish.
He's mappy and had.
Hard work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own
Literally
things,
crafty.
and his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor, and again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better
You should see the forums online.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble.
Yo, she's
Should've
pretty
kept my eye to
crafty.
myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
Thank
It's
you.
good to have you
I've
back, Blackthorn.
literally never been happier.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like
So
this.
it's like a video game Captain Holt.
He knows exactly what hides to look for, and that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Oh, what can I get you in the way of a tip? Hey, I got a level from a mediocre experience. I like when I do that. There's something funny about what's this? Necessary for crafting Drake Slayer gear? That sounds sick. Do I know how to use those yet? Drake Slayer gear design craft? Level up, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Drake Slayer gear recipes unlocked. All right. Hey, buddy, I just got this from your friend. You have obtained the design draft for Drake Slayer gear. Design drafts unlock new crafting options at the Black Hammer. Visit Blackthorn in the Hideaway for details. Okay.
Clive,
Use the forge.
what do you want?
Wait, how do I? Oh, here we go. Electrum. All right, okay. So, is it just? There we go. And gelatinous mat. So these are the items that come from hunting, I guess. Scarlet, yeah, scarletite. Yeah, because I got one of those. Now I need an electrum or gelatinous mass. Also make 11 bolt. Oh wait, that is a better sword. Flame tongue. Oh yeah.
No scratches, all right?
Equip.
That it? Fine.
Oh, hold on. Before anything else, before the game kills everybody and
Is it business?
browse.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Can I do? I guess you can't do that, huh?
You'll not find a better price than that.
Okay. Hot take favorite Pringles flavor is salt and vinegar. I mean, sometimes you're just wrong.
Finished, are you?
Salt and vinegar aren't even good chips, let alone the best Pringles flavor. Best Pringles flavor is sour cream and onion.
Half as bad without all the bloody dust.
That's it. That's the answer. Final answer. What's this? Wall of Memories. The Oath. Wait, didn't I get an item? Didn't you say I got an item or something? That's not for the Wall of Memories, is it? What's this? Reading table. I love salt and vinegar. Do I run? No love for Texas barbecue? The barbecue ones are good. I don't know if I've ever had the Texas barbecue specifically, but the barbecue ones are good. I got an apple for the Wall of Memories. Was that on there? Do I have to put that on there or something? I don't see it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm literally looking at the wall. Okay. What's the fastest way down there? Fan of standard Pringles, but I do like the pizza flavored ones every once in a while. Every so often. So we go this way.
Typical nobles.
Oh, check the desk near the hunt board. That's up here.
How did we never hear
Here?
about these guardians of
Wait,
the
what's
flame?
this? Desiree and Got.
Oh, Clive.
Sweet
Welcome
potato
to the
blended
Patron's
Pringles?
Whisper.
The
Hello.
Patron's Whisper. Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still
She gives you
catalog
rewards for
every
rep
item that
milestones.
arrives. In addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
So what is this? Listen to the Patron's Whispers.
Here's everything we've received and everything promised.
Completing side quests or defeating notorious marks will earn Clive renown. Oh, this is the renown that I've been earning. Inspiring names, benefactors from across the twins, donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree. How does this? Okay. Renown is not used. Yeah. So it's just when you reach a certain threshold, you get more stuff for it. Okay. Do I just get these? 400 ability points.
You earned this.
So I'm just collecting the ones that I've opened up to that point.
Here you are.
Yeah.
You earned this.
Berserker ring.
All done?
All done. What? Ability sets. Tired of having to manually adjust your iconic abilities each time you want to use different abilities? Did you know you can register up to 5 sets of iconic abilities via the gear tab in the main menus? This is new, right? While on this tab, use L1 or R1 to cycle through the sets and customize them as you wish. Remember, you cannot edit or change sets while in combat. It has to be new because I'm just now getting the notification. I've been to this menu multiple times, and I'm just now getting the notification for it. Increase defense by 10. Rising flames damage. Timely assistance. I love how the game is introducing these things as if they were always there. And Dragoon, I think that it's the other way around. I think that introducing it to me tells me that it wasn't always there. Because I have been on this window multiple times. So what's this Berserker ring? What's this? Temporarily increases attack proficiency with each precision dodge. Interesting. I know I should take that off, but the reality is I'm just not paying attention to the dog enough. Maybe because I have the ring on. No, I'm going to put it on. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to take off the 10 defense or the rising flames damage. Hey, what's this? Okay.
Back again, Lord.
Back again, Lord
I'm touched that you should
Rossfield.
find me such good
I'm
company.
touched you should...
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Sarcasm said new feature when that
Ever
popped
the
up.
charmer. What will it be today, then?
The problem is, if you're playing this for the first time, you don't know that's a new feature.
What to expect?
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it.
I'm enjoying the dinosaur sitcom. Are you watching it?
That rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move.
Boy, it sucks if you live on that coast down there.
The Iron Kingdom rules over the
And that
islands
one
to the
down
west
there.
of Storm. Or rather, its Orthodox Church
To the
does.
left and right.
But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic.
Oh, so they're like...
Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing,
Ooh.
a poison no less.
So they don't like the
And
crystals.
to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies.
They don't seem to like magic at all.
80 years ago,
That hand lake thing is sick too.
Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill.
But what of the
I'd
children?
say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal.
That's all the revenge I need.
Thank you all the same.
At this point, I'm convinced he wants to destroy the Mother Crystals, which I guess is sort of the point. But he kind of wants to destroy the Mother Crystals just because it's the thing that everybody doesn't want to happen. Like, for all the horribleness going on, it seems like everybody's fighting over these things, and the one thing everybody can agree with is, please don't destroy the Mother Crystals. And he's like, yeah, F you. That's exactly why I'm doing it. It's almost like he doesn't care about, like, revenge. Yeah, he's like a proper anarchist. Like, he doesn't even, like, I'm trying to get revenge for what happened. He's just like, and everybody doesn't want me to do this, which tells me this is a good idea.
It will be over soon.
You're right.
One way or another.
Oh, I tried to jump. I tried to jump, but it clicked there.
I think so.
He got ratioed on Twitter for disliking Earthbound.
When you told me you had to come to terms with...
He's Elon, and the Mother Crystals are Twitter.
Talking about destroying Drake's breath. Wait.
It's like, why do you want to destroy them? I don't know. Sounds fun. Yeah, it sounds so petty. Maybe that's why I like him so much.
I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him.
Things like what? I just said they
I
were
need to do to
unspeakable.
put the past behind me. What I need.
Killing him won't change your past, but it'll make your future awesome. Let's do it.
And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
See, I think that's why, we talked about this before, I think that's why I kind of didn't realize that there were more of them, is because when they were talking about destroying the first one, they only ever kept saying the mother crystal. And when you say mother crystal, like, I'm not supposed to think that there's 5 of them. So I think that's what threw me off when they're like, we need to go destroy the other ones. Like, what do you mean destroy the other ones? You're calling it the mother crystal. Why would you call that 5 of them? Right? Like, that's kind of what threw me off. So, like, right there, they're like, we need to destroy the mother crystal. It's like, there's 4 of them altogether. Can we use plural, please, or specify this one? It's confusing me. All right, so I'm all healed up. I think my gear is okay. I should be fine. Oh wait, I know what I want to do. I want to well, I can do that there. I want to change my I want to take that lightning rod thing off. Couldn't get into gameplay of Earthbound. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I stocked up all my potions. Kind of wish you could stock more. I do wish you could hold a little bit more. And I know that that's a staple at this point, or it's becoming a staple where they limit how much stuff you can carry. Lightning rod 2 situation. My problem with the lightning rod is just you put it down, and then if the enemy moves 5 inches to the right, it all of a sudden doesn't do anything anymore.
Spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes.
Your mission at the start of Final Fantasy 7 is blow up the Maka reactor. But they make it clear that it's one of the reactors, because they keep calling it reactor number 5. You see at the beginning there's a bunch of them. Like, I feel like it's very clear that you're destroying one of many in the beginning of 7.
I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
If the enemies do get hit, though, they get pulled into it. Maybe I should upgrade it to the higher level. Uh-oh. What does it do at a higher level? Does it pull in? Is it like vacuum from further distance? And to be fair, when I do hit the enemies with it, when they are near it and I'm wailing on them, it does a lot of work. It staggers the hell out of them.
There she is.
The radius is bigger when hit. Yeah, so maybe I should try upgrading it first. I just don't want to waste the points on it, and then I hate it, and then I still hate it. Bigger enemies tend to not move as much or get in Clive's face. So maybe that's situational for bosses and stuff. Yeah, what did you say? Smaller enemies? Smaller enemies, yes. Bigger enemies couldn't care less. Oh yeah, you can just refund the points. All right, so yeah, I'll give that a try. I gotta go to the bathroom now.
And ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency, allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
Right. Let's go.
Okay. Fire and ice. Isn't that a Sonic game? All right. Give me a minute. Let me run to the restroom, and I will be right back. Sorry about that. Later, Kia, if you're still here. Thank you so much. This is better than lightning round later in the game. Yeah, but that's, yeah. A lot of that kind of would have beat me to that one. Yeah, I'm more worried about right now. Later on, I'll worry about what I can get then. So I got, keep doing that. All right, so this is, which one is it? This one here. How many points do I have? Oh, I have plenty of points. What am I doing? What's this one? This was the, oh, this was the Judgment Ball. These are like specials though, right? This is like, I know you can work these into the combos, but I feel like I don't want to work that into combos. So let's try this. Let's try this. Let's upgrade this. Let me upgrade some of the other ones too. Can I upgrade? This is the gouge thing. I want to upgrade this. Summon twin claws can be, what is there the breakdown of what happens when you master it? Get Judgment Bolt. What's the breakdown of what happens? Like if I press upgrade right now, does it just stagger more? Is that what the little symbol means, that it staggers more? Details. I knew there was, this was the screen I was looking for. Allows us, allows assignment to any icon. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. I do kind of wish you could put more than 2 attacks on one thing though. I'm not a big fan of that. So upgrade allows a follow-up strike speed. So I already upgraded it, so I mastery is what I would be looking for. Oh wait, this is that hop back thing. I don't like this thing as much. Oh, this thing is sick. Wait, I want this. I want to put this on. Yeah, that goes for multiple abilities. All right, so I want to put that on. Hold on. I want to use that thing. That's the, I like that thing. That's the Rising Flames thing. This is the Heat Wave. It's okay. All right. Oh, and I didn't, I haven't upgraded any of these, right? Ignition. Oh, this thing. I have this thing, don't I? I never used it. Yeah, I feel like I don't really understand a lot of this stuff as much as I probably should. All right, so that's the upgraded lightning rod. That would be to master it. Yeah, I attached other skills to Garuda to keep the pull down. See, that's what I probably should do is... Here, hold on. So this is that thing. I don't like this thing. Wicked Wheel. I'm gonna put that there. And see, I like these other abilities. Iconic abilities. Oh, that's just okay. So you can just put anything on. So like, let's say I did this. So the other ones would just show up here. So that's how that works. If I were to master it, the other one just shows up on the list of whatever it is. Yeah, I don't have enough icons to bother mastering anything. Plus, I'm going to upgrade other moves and stuff. So
I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I.
Wicked Wheel can do decent stun, plus it counts as a launcher.
I know its secrets only too well.
It's good for once you got the other icons, but want to keep a skill. I just kind of wish I could put more abilities on them.
Perfect little shortcut.
I don't like that for all of that. You can put different things on them. It's just 2. Did I upgrade it? I upgraded the lightning rod. I want to see what that does.
They're all Akashic.
No. So I'm gonna do.
It was never as bad as this before. And the only way past them.
Hold on. I wish I could. Okay. Target the thing. Yeah. So I mean that's kind of cool that I can just target it. Yeah. See, there we go. Hold on. Now we're talking. Oh, it disappeared once I did that move. That's annoying. Oh, wait. Yeah, that was sick. I just kind of wish you could automatically change it to... Oh, that's another thing that I have to do. Hold on, that's another thing I can do. I want to change the buttons. They told me I can change the buttons now, right? I want to change the buttons to change the retargeting thing. I find that to be very annoying. What does L3 do when I'm in combat? Controller layout. Animal instinct. What's animal? I don't know what animal instinct is. So that's lock on. I wanna change. No, combat. Yeah, custom binding is a thing now, right? Can I change? How do I change it for combat? Because that says reset camera for R3. I don't want that to be reset camera. Where's change target? Layout type. Custom. Right? Custom? Oh, the animal instinct is this way, stupid. Okay, so I want that for art. So I want to swap those. So I want to put... How do I do this? Oh, assign buttons. It says at the bottom. Lock on L1. Reset camera R3. Animal instinct. See, that's what I want. I want... So I don't care about that. I care about change target. Where did I miss that? Reset camera. Am I missing this? Are you serious? Are you serious that this is the one function I can't change? It's literally the one function I want to change and I can't change it. Am I missing this? Change whatever L3. L3 is set to animal instinct. But I don't want to change any of that. Hold on. Huh? Oh, okay. I keep thinking you like press the button that you want it to be. So I don't want to change that. I didn't want to change that though. I have one thing that I want to change and I can't change it. You're trolling with me on that one. Hold on. Lock on is L1. I want to change. No, I don't want to change reset camera. I want to change cycle through lock-ons. Because that's been my problem. I lock on with the L1, but then when you're locked on, you don't need to use the right stick. You use the left thumbstick to move around, and then you use the buttons to do the fighting. Because you're locked onto the character. That's what I learned at an Armored Core. Our Armored Core was the one that taught me how to do that. But my thumb isn't on the R stick. So I have to take it off of the buttons to then switch the target. So I was trying to put it on L3 since I can, that way I can hit L1 to open up like targeting. And then L3 I can just cycle through them. Like as I'm moving around, it just cycle through as I need them. This is the one thing I want to change and I can't change it. Okay. Come on. That's so annoying. Oh wait, I have to hold on. Oh look, hold on, here we go. Target's like it's in a separate thing. Hold on, so now I can put controller layout back on. Did that many people complain about it? This is where I had that before. It's on its own menu. Type A. Did that many people complain about it that they had to change that? Type C, R. Oh, this is great. No, this is fine. Tilt R to target enemies on Clive's left or right. tilt R left or right to cycle through enemies in that direction. That sounds good. Okay. All right, that sounds good. That's a separate menu. Target lock. Toggle. Hold. Okay, no, I don't want to do that. That's so weird. Okay. Oh my god, what a weird way to do that. I think people were right. This game's terrible. What an odd thing to do. All right, we found it though. We found it. Yeah, why would you put the targeting options down there? That's so strange. Why wouldn't they be in the button options?
They happen all the time. That wasn't even a bad one. It's nothing to worry about.
Earthquakes? What are we in Philly? Yeah, what a weird thing to do there. Yeah, look at how... Do you see how intuitive that was? Oh my god. Because I think there was... it was there all along, like before layouts was... Does it? Yeah, if it bothers you, just... yeah, to be fair, you can... I think you could turn that off before. I don't know if that change the targeting thing was there before, but yeah, I mean, you could turn off the adaptive trigger thing, but yeah, I don't know if that was there the whole time. If it was, if it was, then I just wasn't complaining about it enough. What the heck? Oh my god. Oh, whoa. Meow. Yeah, see, because now I can just... Oh, see, now I can just immediately target the thing. Yeah, you see how easy that got? I can immediately target the lightning rod. Oh, wait, that was much better. Oh, brother. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Can I change that? I want to change that thing. Oh, baby. That looks so good. Not yet. Okay. Yo, is that what that Berserker ring thing did? That I'm getting these like crazy dodge mechanics, like, right? These dodge animations? Is that what that was? I probably should be, like, I can't. I didn't really need to do that. I just thought it was funny.
The old arboretum is just up ahead. We'll enter the caves from there.
Yeah, being able to just auto-target, like, or change the target very quickly is a game changer. That changes the entire usability of that move. All right, so this way. Oh, it's up here, right? Okay. I feel like I'm cutting it a little close. This should probably heal. Oh wait, there we go. Find some potions, heal up a little bit. It incentivizes me to not heal. You know, I could have healed right there. Breath of the Wind, Aerial Blast. Okay. Like I could have healed right there, and I chose not to, and then finding a potion kind of did it for me. That felt good. It felt good to have the game automatically do that. Yeah, that's what the Berserker ring does. Yeah, it is. It was like immediately cooler.
Look
See, you give me items that make the whole thing look cooler, and I'm down.
Wait.
There's no way that's not a monster. Oh, is that a Marlboro or an Ocho? Oh my God!
It's turned.
Nothing a shield of Rosaria can't handle.
Is this a Marlboro? This is the stuff of nightmares.
Be sure to keep clear of
Holy crap!
That's foul.
Don't breathe it in.
Here, let me do that. Oh no, wait! Ah, sick! Oh no, there was another one. Actually, wait, if I do this. Get it! Oh wait. Stop! Oh wait, he's already okay. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, there's like ooze. Oh, he's okay. Oh, you get... Oh, look at all the crazy attacking that I did when I did that. Deadly takedown. That sounds like a cool game. He wasn't close enough. Oh, hold on. Oh, I should have waited until I had the other power thing. These are mobile. What about one corrupted by Aether? Is that... I feel like I shouldn't ask. Is that why Is that why the... What's it called? The Tonberry looks like an Elden Ring monster? It's like an Aether one. The most horrifying looking monster. Or is that just a regular Tonberry? Yeah, no spoilers. Whoops! I tried to run away from it and ran towards it. Oh, he ran right into the lightning rod. That was good. No. I want to do that. I want to do... Oh, he didn't stay. Woo! Watch Greg beat 16. Well, I'm not beating 16. I'm nowhere near the end. Watch Johnny suffer through End of the World. I mean, you know, if John's live, go watch John. That's totally fine. That's okay. We're going to wrap up here in a second. I beat the pack of cigarettes, so.
Press on.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I could watch two people at once. Yeah, nothing wrong with having two streams open. I mean, there's more to this dungeon, right? There's no way that was the thing that we were fighting. If the breath attack go by Marlboro only has bad breath, Marlboro has worse breath. Oh, if it's breath attack to go by, a Marlboro only has bad breath, and Akashic Marlboro has worse breath. Okay, so why don't we wrap that up there then? So I want to do here. Its attack is literally called. Yeah, it was called Worst Breath. that was what that was, right? Akashic Marlboro or something. It did look pretty bad and badass too. Alrighty, give me 1 second here. One second. Okay. Yeah, this place goes on for a bit more. Yeah, I kind of didn't. I didn't think that would be the end. Plus, there's no story mode. There's no storyline or anything, so that's good. Do you see the quest name, by the way? No. What was the quest name? Should I have seen that? Quest journal? Keep doing that. Was it journal? Oh my god, hurry up. Well, I saw fire and ice. Is that what you were saying? Oh, it's on the save screen. Yeah, I made a comment about it at the beginning that it was like Sonic. Yeah, that's what the Game of Thrones book. Oh yeah, you're right, because that is also a Game of Thrones. Yeah, my thought was like, isn't that a Sonic game? Yeah, A Song of Fire and Ice was I think the first book, right? I think it was the first book. Okay. What the heck? Oh. Okay. Get that ready to go there. All right. But thank you so much, everybody, for stopping and for hanging out. Very, very, very much appreciated. Tomorrow we'll be back 2 p.m. Hopefully we'll be able to jump into the game a little bit sooner. I wanna try jumping into the game a little bit sooner. We had a bunch of streams where we either played very short or we didn't play it at all. So I wanna get through the game. One of the reasons that I decided to play this game on stream was that I was told that it was shorter, right? This wasn't a 100-hour experience. This wasn't Rebirth. I played for 90 hours. So this wasn't that, but it's ending up being a lot longer just because I had canceled streams. We had streams where we only played it for an hour. Just a lot of stuff kind of happened. So I want to try to, at least for a few streams, to just get into it a little bit quicker. Gonna dogma then and hell dive until then. Yeah, so I want to try and just get into it a little bit quicker. So we'll keep the conversations down to a slim 40, right? 40% of the stream. If you manage to get to the game more, yeah, I would be near the end by now. If all of the streams were pretty much set up and we were doing 2.5 to 3 hours like normally, we would definitely be closer to the end. So I want to try and do that a little bit. We'll see how successful that is. But like I said, that'll be tomorrow at 2 p.m. So we'll hop back in for that. Part of that for today was also my fault. I was just kind of dead tired. For right now, though, I'm going to send you over to John. John is playing Sonic 06 All Gold Medal. Hold on. I got a little, not a tangent or anything. I just got something to say here really quick. We got raided at the beginning by Gareth from the Real FTA, who was playing Project 06. John has been playing Sonic 06 All Gold Medals, has done this multiple times, I believe. If the fan base really hates 06 as much as they say, they sure play it a hell of a lot. Is it just me? Or for a game that the fan base seems to hate, do they play it a lot? I'm starting to think Sonic fans just hate themselves. I don't know. All right. All right. But let me get this ready. Would you? I hate that the raid thing it does that. Just raid. Okay, but I've said Sonic. Calm me down. All right. Yeah. But thank you once again, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out. Don't forget to drink your mask, wear your water, social distance whenever possible. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you all tomorrow.